FM 98.9.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Opani mami busa papa kufo video we nya bi atie bi na emu nsem no wo so mu sen net wo sen.
Kufo eba Fourth Republic ono jinara nikuni enim na okonko den ma yenya atumi this Fourth Republic. But make us say yeah, independence in na kurano. One is a Africa Buzia, and over Prime Minister in the name of the United Party, the Progress Party, and the year to me now. Now, saying you a soldier for Amado Anche, and Posoni and Santa Pepe and Mutua by the Queen. And Zerima, the Rankofona, only a cool, a dean of the demon, the first person teacher and female. Our constitution is the man of you. You can't feel nine. Na Yabin, Yamin can afford and more. A corn in print so the infirmary. It is as president of the Quebec. He is the first, make us say, 32 in my and Manchester Managos. It is a bit. It will be a Senate Fatana. I'll say, maybe a man. A year, a promotion and a video clip promotion. Setting, and I say, like I say, the background is our video. No, I will come on now, Kosho and Sana. That's not a bit too bad. Until cannot say anything. Name me can say, party, and this is your friend, and charity in your point. National Council Coaching. That's another talk. I'm saying that. In a conference, I will be and also come on the carbon team. General Secretary can say, President, many times you be say communication via from the party. No, in fact, I'm crossing and so about them back. The communication via the fact, thank you for the show. Meeting in particular nation not all cafe only for more the meeting only a temper for born and also only Sakai almost responding acknowledging receipt invitation the command. It is not a cafe background and so cafe come what the party results National and Colombian could do anything. And so now, I could just say, I send the other to get what you for about a do I the woman. You may be doing a woman done. Another little conference, you know, can you think a crack? Na ebi a ọdún akọdún ẹni ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ akọdún no ẹni ṣiṣẹ́ akọdún no na ọkasẹ ní pàṣẹ na àmà ọtún akọdún na ẹbẹ yẹ dín nti pàtì no asoma nípa ọmọ nkọ na n'aso na ọmọ nkọ dín kìtà ọmọ ntiri ne mu ìdí a amana akọ bàtà ẹnyẹ ẹnìtì a bu.
Not just and the National Council year meeting, no message na say 18 February exercise in the baby ahombo could do nebinya baswanisa.
So 18 February, 19th July,
19th July. Sorry about that. No credit. 19th July.
I'm born in the I could say, now, I bet you for the door. Because we trust it, baby, and make a thing. Party for no, somebody that you know, I'm taking decision about now to mean in TM. I'm the Empanoco, a budget for parties, no, and Sabato. Only like to show me tickets of mobile. And me, do not do. Actually, dear, you could a name, and me, legal honor. Almost did my equity. Say, one coin no. Now, what can old Chiaco? Ogesana, and Ipani be a cannot. And yet, football league, you know, the chance here, we can send an idea. I usually be a president management team. Sometimes, maybe a weekend be on the ball. It be a trade on board member, a walk with the other. Midweek, I won the ball. And really going to do no, the idea. Also, the league in the power, you can use the place. After idea, I want to do a little better. Schools are, my baby say, in Cofon Medano. Schools are second year, third year, fourth year for me. Uma actually second, third, 4 years, no Banoa. The school should not be available again. So, and no, it can't be a maker for our work with Jimmy. It can't, the toss of you, crowds, you say, oh, okay, the Coba nation was well up here. In free mono. Tell your mamma. More porno account because account was to be female. Within 2 months, within 60 days, was a letter commission. The Cotrabani and the names before. Usually, no. Yeah, now at the end of the between the 58th and the 60th day, that's 60 days, nation. And the year, Sabatona. Jobu and Gonzalez is there. About to have to know what Cotiano, and look at September. So, what do you call Augusta? Now, October, September, the party will have the better attention. As I say, to see if you was here, everyone. It's as a 1 year, the Marcus of the Corpus now, and win the Bosra. Then, the likely development, you say, when sign to be after Aquatia by election, we are quarter May, we call October, and November. I say, the nation and now also their throne, that is all their throne. And I'm saying a confusion, chair, say, oh, yes, idea now. Here at least 6 months, I'm going to walk on your election. When they call October, November, yeah, which is that potential again. The earliest I need to know, the May 2026. I say, I'm maintaining, say, some air your party. And yeah, you need to remain for one time. But I not identify, I'm able to be aware of my party. And say, your course is, you know, if I do not bad, but no. I'm not called Ben Crew, say, maybe I don't know. Maybe I did not. Let me mean that. No community, no. You trust for would be to keep to January 31st, 2026 date, you know. When it's presidential, prime minister, then they should feel. Do that sanity.
Mentime ho ase na ekoso party ni mu no mu hope se anamu susu se flag bearer akonya na beto ho no na deba enti mu yi anu free ho mu bedwo anase ewo ni free ewo se party mpanimfo mo hwe na mosa yade ni free hɔ no mo
be that mirror reason 2023 what is on the course
bebre
that me put it na wa be mu no president and so to say yeah when you are so any kasa ni fini pani bi enu mu ba en sem fatawo kan ni wa be mu controlling any pani bilo na aye difficult and mayor when you are bema when president a check on your so and the president no only go so when to be a wabo to krami and the side ni ni don't really now chiko chipia I hear the sakasa the party mo ba ndine sitini if you are the boy am never abrase ni kase ni na ubi say I mean the only reason here it is not the only reason no asano the pana it can crash around on the free if you need if you are I'm say ko the job on BBI we have to deny
na moko national council meeting no obesusu say deliberations ni nyina koyie to the extent say afa nyina tensem na se a 19th June no ebeba so as planned
so the academy number we film academy for number and I say coin yes people back will be na ebinu magazo the president of work and community and I say it's ba e am na kudru and say a postpone or how are the break happening and say emoting you know and man say the easy
operi unsus okay patrol no see
no because when you about because at least 90%. Because at least 90%, between 90 and 95% would have voted say, you know. But you see, and so they the football about. Look at our what will be the import of Abatona? Because that's what the Bible about. What you say?
Okay.
So you people. Many okasa na afi no kra no yenye na bato memo uhe something ni gina o demo dia na me plan say we are overwhelming majority na amukase remember no lenko say dwedi no insanity
openu susu say party no ene empanimfo a ewo mu te say omampanin dadaje kufuo nkita hodie no anka ne papa mu a it was say a fan crofo so ansa na aduni ho na mebusa sa because for sensitive decisions it be say a da yenkoye congress e kwan yenfa so ni flag bearer yenkomo bi ankobi gina chi obeka say we dey osanka party mpanifo timi ko papa ho na omone ni kusim konya direct unsu say
national council and I could take a decision. And I'm going to say, I'm invite him. So, and I'm acknowledging the seat. And Saka invitation. So, into your party from the name is present. And almost a dana, I'm mobile meeting, almost a current class. Unfortunately, no. There's some other commitment, you know, ultimately. Just say. Nani once it could be the institute be a
no correct
the patriotic institute that one konwa mofaso the invitation on one after the feminism mofafa zango ministry project the invitation to patriotic institute the same course and a fire and sakanya and so oba asi that am pono witi hono obi a here no so no she tuntum
no correct
when you be crazy, no problem. Because by a year, no, as I call a year to be. So, it is the usual channels now or no say at an emphasis in terms of invitations in the name of Wana, maybe a Omoyeno. Maybe near SC, if they have to sit down with him, review it, that could also be done.
Very well. Opedibe mu akọ na nso ansa na abekọ no mamembusa we na ya majority leader na mampanin dada aban ede emre bi ebeto bonim se mo hwe na muntintim na mo fa mu kokumutintim so vigilantism law ye baaye Ghana fo nyina bo se yetu anamon bi a ebesi atutwa sem wo ya manyo semu emra no wo ho anano fiada nye yegyina yedi enigu so ehunu wo ewo Ablekuma North kira emra no ewo ho nso enye adwuma nye koso Ablekuma North opani wo ka ho asem sen
amato efa omanchire no manyo adwenchire kwawo patapasem and then be so he says I'm about 2 more na o saying na so waka make us tia so enjoy to see na no de having former vice president of kind of him na when you agree say maybe a commitment to be among a corner and the name her a man who do no all Ghana kwani share ye no 98.9 this is here and ya say papa we have been no say and say when you come back on and me we all suffer and you must be the new kwao we suffer na say the castle what do you see on there a retaliation for a CEO I was so good. And I make us say, Masha became a casa. Now, so they make society so for the business and more. And I see the narrative, and when I say, as a political violence, now say violence in our elections, there was so much asking. What a question. Me, I am minority leader, majority leader. I have also, for the avoidance of doubt, I mean, kind of to see the sea hollow, me as a papak. As a papak. I was say, the social media, they could justify the idea. I say, they are talking that take committee quite a young should move. So we do say, yeah. That's as a company, yeah. I just enjoy the bar. No, to be difficult is like with teaching. They talk about, you talk about. Oh, they say, so class 1 or class 2. We do class 2, they go class 3. If you class 3, they go class 4. And we go talk about class 4. Now, some people chickens one there. Let me can be class A. It is also very erroneous for the panel B. Our Mocasazo, I was in the but to say, Professor Kwesini, grab a cabby. Try, I was so party. Really? Civil society organization, and they can answer. Civil society organization, and in power or not, what I say, I can't pay the bad move, vision, in Casa. I feel superintendent. We will be the draw attention to Asamawaka. We are no great minty. as a son of plan, no, I said, I'm telling you, it's a very unfortunate statement from Professor Osedi. Now, when they can say, what also the beginning of violence in politics. Honorable Dominic meeting over here, and I said again, after say, Dr. Ibn Chambers, as a member of Parliament, in your appointment or ECOWAS Commission, or many executives, and we see Parliament, we see Ghana Parliament, and you acquire by election. If I'm an airplane before time, the core Bimbila acquire election, and you may see or to trust me, see, but yeah, the whole nation are witnesses. What happened at Bimbila? I produce you the magnitude. If you want a Parliament. Now, I know that China, you call a Tua by person. Some may need me about and come on. No free. Now, you go for a so. I'm on come on. The way you call trouble, one or women. And come off any woman by election. Any produce you. When you are a quarter. And also, if you parliament on Gobiono. That by election, Tirano. So you can, Anita de Suzu, and the car go far, and you put doing so 19 people. They prepare a woman, or die, didn't go die at Sabia. There 2 weeks, I'm gonna, and now they are the fee. The minority there, but the question about my fee. But now, in your Marciani, the Mayor Attorney General. About Parliament, over to I'm quoting his words. And a quick say, the vehicle which contained Anita D'Souza, who at the time was the women's organizer for NDC. Echo 5, Nipper doing also. Among people, was innocent bystanders. You could show so. No, or can say, only enough evidence to prosecute Anita D'Souza. We are not going to be catching here. And he had no see. Doris said, oh, Tripoli, they call by a nation. Now you could see him, could see that. Yes, you still could see that now. That could see that now. Maybe before the last rally, oh, Tripoli come. Oh, Bapaka. Ama, if you didn't see a yabe running. And then go for oh, Patamia Bay, you see, you are the year. Let me say, we be now only you know, Cassie under President Mills. Okobo and Confusion to point blank. Ama, one Obuato. That's how many more and you conclude. Never seen so quickly. The tea and you na yako. Echo. Professor from Bowman. Anna. From Bottom. Sorry. Was from Bottom. Anna. Far. So any panel, any pension, among the good care, no two care, dear. I don't call Yendi Government Hospital. Andy. Because woman would be only theatre man, no. The original and now so a performance surgery or any pounds so. We rumors now, not calling the machine, Elma. And I'm more a dasso. They are a crackers. And he was saying this before. We shall be picking out no than I was so. Let it on cut time, you know.
Yo,
opening two wrongs don't make it right.
That's right.
And after 4 wrongs, One week of it. Yes, you know, you may show answer. But they are the media and damage.
EpaHoaDaben nti Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
It was a bad day for me and my players in terms of the result of this match. It was very, very tough match for us.
EpaHoaDaben nti Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
This statement is by the members of parliament of the 6 constituencies in Kusar in the Upper East region and Kusar's opinion leaders, residents in Accra. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, it is a tried knowledge that our land of Boko in particular and Kusar in general has been involved in ethnic conflict for some years now, largely because of the Nairis void illegal, purported enslavement of a rival chief of Boko. We state without equivocation that Boko has one, and I emphasize one, legitimate chief in the person of Zuran Asigiri Abugrab Azoka II since April 1984. The government, through the Ghana Armed Forces, has deployed military officers and men and other security agencies to prevent the loss of life and property and to keep the peace of the area. In the afternoon of Sunday, 13 July 2025, ostensibly in response to an attack by unknown gunmen on a vehicle under military escort, the military personnel in Boko went on rampage and murdered 6 people, maimed more than 20 others, and caused huge destruction to the property of citizens in Boko. Possibly, in response to an attack by unknown gunmen on a vehicle under military escort, the military personnel in Boko went on rampage and murdered 6 people, maimed more than 20 others, and caused huge destruction to the property of citizens in Boko. Some of them looted the shops of the people and made away with huge sums of money. We deeply regret the unfortunate attack on the vehicle and the military escort, and we sympathize with the 2 soldiers and people who got injured in the attack, and we wish them a speedy recovery. We condemn the precious innocent lives that the military ended, the destruction of property, running into tens of thousands and millions of Ghana cedis, the military, in a needless and spiteful hate against Kusas, pulled down the statue of our overlord, Zuran Abugrab Asiri Azoka II, and set it ablaze in a pointless revolutionary style. What was the point in the destruction of the statue of our overlord? What security threat did the statue pose, and what threat does the destruction solve? It takes an act as such to insult to the Kusar people and to reject same. In the light of the foregoing, we demand the following on the government of Ghana: that the armed force render an unqualified apology to the Zuran and the people of Kusau for the unprofessional and banditry of the military on the 13th of July 2025 in Boko. That the soldiers involved in this act of 13 July 2025 be investigated and prosecuted when found culpable. That there be an immediate overhaul of the military and all security agencies in Boko. That the security personnel will be deployed to kill a mosquito. They only succeed in killing and maiming innocent people without more. That the Ghana Armed Forces should take immediate steps to rebuild the statue of our overlord, pay decent and reasonable compensation to the family of those they murdered, compensation to the injured, and to refund of the full value of the properties the soldiers destroyed. We pray that the government, through the Ghana Armed Forces, will accede our demand in order to restore the cordial, peaceful relation that existed between us. We understand the pain and hurt of our youth. We are hopeful in Kusau and restore calm. We want to use this opportunity to thank you once again for attending to us at this short notice. May the good Lord keep Zuran and make Kusau great and strong.
EpaHoaDaben Sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
So na dom na da Roma ene yehia obusa se hwana ye obo me be owo ye wonyam fomso enti wonyam fomso bia obi no mienu ho osoro ni asase ye fo asem na mekan na dom ni mobro hu na yemu ene ne yeti ase enna na simbomu na memo akwaba ema EpaHoaDaben dwumadie so hana Ghana hye awia bia hana hia ne die ho nkomo Hana yɛde ɔman no nsɛm esipono so na yɛbiebie mu wawa mu yɛdefe mu edoso mu ɛna wie nso yɛhyia na Ghana agenda na ɛkɔsɛn wukura mu ana reset agenda no wukura mu ana yɛ reset yɛ renew ɛda bia yɛda foforɔ ɛne nso ka ho sɛ ɔho yɛ deɛ nyame adom nso me ho yɛ papaapa ɛna wie sɛnea da yɛyɛ no yɛhyia radio so sɛ ya ne asan so ayi yɛti ɛwɔ Facebook so ka yɛ ho na yɛmfa ɔsom no ɛnhyɛ aseɛ. Show produced by Joel Sanko and Reynold Yawajiman, aka The Mask. On Shaka Kabo to be. And so street in a friend of Mask. Who said Yanka Beyanka after Oluma Dianka Koswasha Tuntumne. Man in black. Dangerous guys. You better Jemima and Joyce and Swase and showing we are streaming live this afternoon. Maybe I will be a kind who radio soon in share Facebook so. Na and never who. Me who trotrobi from Odoko Ayeda Command Junction Kokompe. Na kane de nani akire kaneshi a woko circle na ya tro Bible verse bi wo kanechi ene me nkranhye semo a me de brewu ni na after nkranhye semo no ye bedi nkomo kakra on se nokra na e ba akopɛ ntia ya no asi no pi gaskiya guda kadeni ye di sinupi nsu bebrɛwo nyata fe de kakwe anokwale ekome peni ukuro mu kasa mantimi afa nkasa no kra ba ko a patcho send me Facebook message sisi a na kire me sene ye ka no kra ye ba ko ewo ukuro mu kasa mu no kra ye ba ko peu enye mienu after then eko yebetie si eye interviews ahodo ne nkoma ahodo ho ena wie nkoma be nie die senra wote nkoma amene honorable Osei Mensa Bonsudi and just after owie anase omuwie eye council national council meeting NPP ena me frɛ no na oboye mu kire ye ne ekoso ewo meeting na se. And don't forget, sir, this meeting was also coming on the heels of former President John Ejekum Kufuor consensus. Uhuegu Dr. Brian Champo enim emra wokosra no. Na enra NPP National Council hia ejinesi ni se memene da dwumadie ni de babia kwakoduo no ose baso Musa Papa Kufa complaining say when you consulted yambusa na adwene won nsɛm no ho ema ɔka nsɛm no kyerɛ sɛ yayi no totwene ase yebu na kora nti no sese no ne su ni mfa so obi saa no ɔkyerɛ sɛ nte saa adwene ni mu da hɔ paa ne wɔyɛ ma MPP amanyoko eni ase ye kosi agina ye kra ye nkai so oluma wo ho but ono bo se Mensa Bonsu kyire mu enra menene nkomodie mu no me ati ase se enhye na nte saa na papa nkasa asoma se nipa mienu bi ade bia party no wasem ka kyere no wo mo fanfa eye wo mo so mo adi so a ti wo mo nim ne esi poten a efa sansem yi ho no papa nte but said the no omo National Delegates Conference and Congress ne de beba so University of Ghana Stadium they go hey Enti bribia ansesa. Ene yebehwe NPP. Ono Congress yo mbabe proposed amendments ahodo edapono so. Emare mfi say the very proposal say womun koto abano January 31 2026 no. Eno so Congress be decide say omoji atumu ana omonyi nto. Obekaya I think say in 2021 and 2022 there no. Kumasi Heroes Park. There were about 99 or so, 96 proposed amendments. Party no entimi anto swamba and ensi huejinaye. And Mobekaya party nika say omo refer semono to the Constitutional Review Committee of the party. Na omo proposes amendments netimi ehia omo no maka ho asem. And Yebebusa say how many proposals for amendment and delegates and our party penny for etimi asese our mode kosa Congress mu expansion of electoral college in so kahu bi pa. Don't forget say assembly members the omode aba say yemfo mu nyina kan former MMDCs omo somo ye ewo MPP mu omo si yemfo mu nka electoral college no ho. There are a number of proposals abetop no so. Na decision na Congress be taking ebenya a far-reaching effect on upcoming elections ahodo ebeba so. Isane say so muji tumu say yemfa former MMDCs nka ho a electoral college ne be expanded. There were implications for one or more person or two or more so aba. And every year has answer me na near the home and komo. Also war adwenkyere bia fabra de ni hu komo. Chere wadwene e won samono ho. Baba Facebook live na wode wano ato nkobo ni mu bi no akere wadwene. Interior Minister the Honorable Muntaka Mubarak Nra took a stand. Let me say we be the otia no kra. In terms of security and omani mu ban bo hunsem. But the assurance be Bernard say idea wo mo be crack down on one mu ekoye to trasem ewo Ablekuma North rerun elections ni mu. But oka semu na du baby no efa bi na se bi say honorable wanyi ni say ade beba so ana osanka oka semu ni nyina wie na osan so entertaining the fear say samrantie kra no wo mu di saboni wi no mu de omo aka nwura no mo akwakote nti aye na edin say obetimi ache wo mu anim he ya aka se na si na mititi mitiri ho kakra. Boys we omo ye how much we bebusa ema police for say omo betimi ni police for di nteta to the sense intimi ncho me wanwa kakra na police ni ayaku no de na hye concrete mu kra akata no so kra omo do asukoko hunu ye na boys akwa ye atutu asem wo Ablekuma North na wo madwane aposifo be ye de amom na mdo be sa o madwane akotogo nyina ye nkwoche mfo mo ma asem we de mun kan foforo e be di sam kobo ni abusa se ahotoso bi ewo eye minister assurance o de aba eho ana na o share the political class sa vigilantism we wo ma ya ready so mu bejae no metu ase any governance experts ahodo obekasa ena no pay beti asem debi na asem de no amete ye no it's one of the issues you be the advocate here. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama ye the statement bi ba bontene the honorable Kwacho Fusunsa Shase na asemu ni nyina ne say President Mahama abane fuel allocation ye de ma government appointees nyina efri na ekọ we minister we deputy minister. What that agency be no. We MC. We government appointee. Now, oka government appointees, one shut down chirimu. Or say government appointees. CEO so mo da ban adwuma no. Omo nyina free and echo or say effectively immediately. Womo for allocation ye twam bon so bi na coupon book gold ye no esini nchen da na kam so wotetie ni abanfu na ekosa obakwa yiye bi na minister cash so na engineer rane gbagbagbagbagbagbagbagbagba because petrol no enye wono no to diesel no enye wono to gauge no kura ye ntwen ma ne nso ansa etsote kwata de chese ye digumu a ene man pani say in accordance with sacrifices agana for aye no penifo na wo mo deda no ededa ban nwuma no na wo mo som wo man no we ni osom mo so mo bia mo belt ni mu bi na mo so nye sacrifice ni bi we su yasem akwa ye di hu nkomo na ukọ social media bi mu busa ni bi ka say populism e bi say ye hwehwanimu mampani no we ye hwehwanimu e bi so asem mo kan say wo sese eye fuel a car mine ebo every week they be can every week every day enough from kra na viet ba ko ba feel we nya sen almost mo kwa wa wani tua accelerator down omu kodu so engine on enti ose wa twam na anu so obetwa DSTV subscriptions mu ahon komo enyina aba abekafua yebebusa say we'll be talking to governance experts ahodo say we no hunu ne sen hwehwani mu say ne amemfo ni bi ka na say omususu say mapa we no ye steps a cut aban unnecessary expenditure de biara da etwe revenue dodo a yejeje in taxes a yentimi nya bi fa nkosi school adan bridges ahodo a adwerega nkoda table ne akonwa wo betena so de asua de yenya bi fa ma wo mo ene capitation grant school feeding aduane no enkoye ni nyina wo ho nti se yebetimi akate cost ni bi wo baabi ne disca na be hye baabi a ebeboa pa yeni sansem nyina ho nkomo emra o join me live on Facebook with your thoughts, your comments, any views ewasa ensemi enyina da eho na said ye tie no yeba ye insiesie ne yaboa ye ho towards Jumedia MPP for bedino eye memeneda na say Jumedia ni Jumedia Happy FM so bedi echi a ye no benantimu a ama watimi ehunu ne ekọ ene ne eba nyina da you want to be here, you want to stay here with us live on 98.9 FM and ye den komo ni nyina be brew efa eye NPP one upcoming congress ehwo open action no na open information nyina stay here emene na so si ebusa eye saa asemi
den na ekọ
sharp
den na ekọ
esem bebiri na ekọ na media minim
EpaHoaDaben den na ekọ den na ekọ
the man with all the info atena say Joe the L
BB
Joe the L
BB
Joel Ishine
the Bismark Brown
Charlie one kasa so trendy
BB
we no cra trending news na one so trendy pa
BB me try no
oh me count come ba kasi me count baby ebudade me da was we see bra oh trendy amanfo ni je update how the bread wo ho in terms of stories and social media and particularly many taxi driver bi ka say we o say ne ye ne de wo de ne ko ho ne say we na nye shatawale akoye bibi na obi akotu sika gu obi so ni ade
ene hia utu sika gu de ne wa asem
amemwo trends any politics mu trends ene ne ekoso amansan dwa so eka ho na o se awie den na eko
bibi den na eko
Joel
nipa eye ambeche owiase obepe din na uko Nigeria sabre amene okasei eye senia obiewu na ye boni dimbo cha enye we enye se ye boni di edina ye boni pano saa na egusu ye bosa ni pano
te se ne din ne honam se
yes
the dini ni suban
yes mimi kwa yie bia eye obia jiwe na obono nipa na baso abos ebusua pani ji o se dabi me nya samfo so ne nkola wa se e kana osimosi we enye se no te se na mo kanu
adansi kurumu na mudie
ye to ebusua sa asema ne so mfa nko school na we jame
ediskana kwa ko
twe nine yenim so o kivas 7 da
o twa producer
nti enye se na ebe no sabia me no kase
na ho na ewu ane ho asem aye saa no
unse eye enra mede eye former president
for
the Federal Republic of Nigeria General Buhari ni wo no ehun sem ebrewo and am no kase omo the mortal remains no aba
okay
ebedru eye Nigeria kro no mu
okay
nti sabia me
no de mu na ba
yo mo de mu na ba nti wo ko Lagos a omo flags ni na fly
over Facebook pictures no ho we are sharing it with you pictures no our Facebook sisi antibra Facebook bo happy 98.9 obehunu EpaHoaDaben live stream no click so uwia no like uwia no share na nkobo no so de wano atomu bi na wetimi comment enti on your screens ni wo phone so samre the mortal remains General Buhari former president of Nigeria ni mu na omode aba no we msa Abuja ho
yes
Abuja
ena omo
General Buhari abebro
na unim sen campaign bebre no ye de emu no eba ye de se plane cargo no
okay
but Nigeria president Ahmed Bola Tinubu wanyesa
okay
yes
omo de share
baby ani pano tena no
okay
and omo de Buhari emu no
that is respect
now
respect and honor
Nigeria for no mo reacting no mo chira nipa boni ni de we wa mu ntumi enka che we emesem na meka
Nigeria for no esa
o content kan so omusi nipa boni ni de owa ewei no akoye obi de hye nti omo ntumi nje omani but oman no enya afensu no mba nya atwom ena asumdwe hini Buhari de dabi
omseda
mfie woche a opani we bedi omoso no ekun ode omo fast no tom de omo ma no demi fadue se ema alanswa ne boni eni amambo boni obebu wo Nigeria ho emfe ntua ne ka no mosre ala se amambo boni ne boni a wedi omo nyina no oni ompa baby one bedroom bi heaven ho no mo manentina ho na
at the time na Chibok girls are seven by
yes
the kidnap of the Chibok girls
and
Jonathan
Jonathan but no time so Boko Haram for no so in fact there was a time Buhari echo north in the hometown Saturday no kodu ni hometown
omo bo show
Boko Haram echo see the whole school kidnap about 50 girls you know Nigeria foreign child I say odu baby kwa na Boko for no person omo kire omo crash powers
I have Adam Zegna Abudulai wa enchen na later me ni bedi nkomo bi na mebusa no a bit about General Buhari ne tenure and what he would be remembered for a lot of Nigerians buofu pa because e be muso shower praises obi dia we say akanka sem ye kan bi say ye nka owufu achi asembone nti obi a wawu no yesusu say wawu nti wo ka no ho asem a manenye positive but ebi mu nso adwene nti saa ebi mu say ye ne wote ase enim say na wote enye na wawu ni eba be embellish ni mana
enu nti na ebi mu ka so on de esanse oye obi bi hia wo manti mu do mu srala say omunim
ohunim obo
say 8 years as a president no when chatewu na Nigeria for cha onu ni ho abufuo kro omo pese omo mpe ne ho na na omo de amememfe esa akofa bosom foforo besi omo so nti omo do omo sa ala se on de boni awaye nyina no omo Nigeria for do omo fa nche no na mo omo sa ala se on de mane hwe ne boni no still na ompe baby kakra Emma Buhari and enko na bibi quick one Sabiam say oko the northern part of Sudan awusem bi so esi sa to trust some any no me kosi nipa 300 na yekomo in the northern side of Sudan friend Kodofan ura Kodofan wa a new wave 300 a new wave of violence and also akọ
na South Sudan ho no kra no South Sudan ho no I don't know South Africa Middle East in ho no
yeah
there's never been peace
nti and also ketua bi amede twa
ho so akomne ohia bubro so
easy
nipa 300
omona omunya visa o say na yenko for nya visa asofo no yes Sudan for no munya visa so mo bagana sa ye bompa e mo say wo ba brochiri manoma wan
so no mu gumu
o aso omumema no mutuo ka pa
sa de no
omudi se ni ana
omo wa nti bibia wa nti na
omudi se ni ana bibi ya pam
nipa 300 ewu massacre
a crony fan Kodofan.
I remember Emrana former President J.J. Rawlings Tiase. He was, I think, UN Special Envoy to Sudan, and a live report to be from a war scene. And I'm kind of saying,
no,
was from a refugee camp.
Yes, okay.
It was from a refugee camp. And on his CNN phone, it wasn't a live report, an interview. And he had his earpiece on. And all describe the situation now, refugee camp. And he cried.
And easy.
He cried in that interview. And to the extent
I think that one of these days, one of these days, because when I saw the story, I was sad that within 48 hours, say a year, and you see, baby, me when it comes to these things, history kind any day, I say the figures are always underdeclared.
I know the
figures
and over Facebook, we have some pictures to share with you. Scores of people are lining on Mwapa, Womu.
Yes.
I wrap you in body bags.
And almost some maintain menu. Yes. Into me, some of these things, while with the history, we follow a conflict. Any sign of nominating no. Say, so what to say a year at Renchembias in Tukwa, na see nipa a year. You have to multiply it by 3 because I am pembe and no official figures in Ukraine for say amount for ensrobebre no no mama under reporting and so adding a course into me few no
den echo a den and echo
baby ubeka say mbrebe atwemu na yesin crofobia Omo so mo plan coup d'etat.
Another time
ya. Ana kombe kwa Nanado nima. Yes.
Emma doctor na omo allergy so no na ko beli di se no kra no. Emra case no koso no kra owuye. Na nti case no kra se ye free court.
Nipa ba kwa onya ne tididiri mu. ACP Dr. Benjamin Agozo sane bono.
Yeah.
Now on say omu interdict
hard man.
We share a President Mama Winnie from December 9th to 15th, even till time Mahama President Mama Bo Dr. Christian Yohonidin Eja Osogu
no
na sabu ya mino kasi
Why they?
IGP Christian tete yo no. Warren state no.
Oh, nice.
Interdiction na ye de man no ya chia sign.
Okay.
Ya ncha sign kwa no ya say promote no.
Wow.
Ya say promote no.
Den neko.
Wow.
Enunti enne
oh mama me police picture.
Enne oh I couldn't me use we say won say we in the no TV studio ye channel kama but there no show police attire na enya fe ene dia say na ye promoting so na nke say enya de ebe bright mate for ehun nanim enti wo de obetumi the police dia no
police dia no
we enti
the promotion enya TV dia dimo ye
fiti eneko
yeah
ye mpese beti ACP Dr. Benjamin Agozo bi o
hey yes sir
fiti eneko
yes sir
Billy a DCOP Dr. Benjamin Agozo
sharp chief sharp
deputy commissioner of police
sharp
like I say oye kwa onya promotion baako be ka wana say
COP straight
aka president obesho de no Agozo IGP
ne sefatal hey
bibi eno no
oh when you can emre dane
yes
and
I think that Adia Amma opening story trending because he was falsely accused.
Exactly.
And Martin
that's false accusation pa.
Martin Pebu and minim so be case Joe Aden we courts exonerating no. In 10 years Metumaka say he was falsely accused. Ne lead counsel Martin Pebu edi omonima amoye enti amanfo kase NSI nkontompo bi aye chato no so anke yede ni kotu efiase for treason as
way apt
yes as is here one rising from the ashes no eno enama story we air trending eno nti
so ye DCOP agbozo
nti sabi am no kase so we yen training na one number na ACP
sesa no editidi no
Benjamin Agozo
editidi no
ma oba 2 minutes once sesa na ye bechewa
na anye se wo frɛ no na akoye mistake
Happy FM 98.9
me
wachi mota kwan no so sa na be ka kyerɛ
me lecture we de minim so tie Happy FM to de me mboni din na oye PhD no oko frustration mu kakra
okay
inti owie ni PhD no ena lecture ena ababa obi wa she mini asan late ena oba na papa no kana bibi ababa ko bi na say bia oh Mr. Brown is not my fault bibi sade no
enye no fault so late and enye no fault so she mini
enye late asem na o kano someone ka Dr. Brown
ene so
share ko ka Mr. Brown bibi dai
ono ne de na enye
better 10 minutes
enye hotel de na ye de mo
bibi enye ono aye doctor de
share wa kwotro ho thesis wa ye publications na publication de kura tua betua hwe
bibi asma mi ke agele bi ti no bibi for 30 minutes
ono lecture on PhD
say now see super by one
so me a doctor or mister
guy
chale bi mu form title si ya go
inti
enu ti na me gbo Gtech fo aba so say omo crack down on omo use honorary doctorate ese Hassan Ayarega kromo twiro no se won ye na ne doctorate no ntontin won fan to baby
yes ese omo ye
na ne me da kra ne se omo twiro omo se kire kwan afa so nya sa
ni inti school say we a medical doctor na say PhD and na wa kire yempe honorary one bia
yempe bibia
and osofo bia sorry no ye no doctor professor
azankwa heba fo nsu de bubu
Den neko
obi aso in Africa
neko
na bibi ye free DCOP Dr. Agozo de no
sharp
na yenko evangelist mama part
aso no de otwirim
hwe
news free ho ba
obibi ene we kosi we wiase no
sa
hwe ene ize o
ade mu ye den ana se
na grada ene okopie mu Amasaman district court
ene
na dia odi ko ye ne se na nko mi ko siki bail
obi aya sentence
o de bibiti o mo ko siki bail what pending their a year appeal for their 15-year jail sentence.
Okay.
Into what was oh, your honor.
Into me bo, yen cheche mu kakra.
Yes.
You did not 15 years.
Yes, you see how the confirmation about say we're doing so.
Oh, how they were do?
Yes. No, some ABA verse na omo call excursions. Yes, they didn't call excursions. We be a chop week way there.
So ko hotel na ye be ma room a. So the be atimi ka se be person shada rooms.
Orientation.
Person shada rooms na he. Nti bi a person ko he kofodua kakra say aha na ne skin ne be dia. Bi a ho kakra, ankafo kakra.
Nti enra crime check foundation boss.
Yeah.
Enra there o confirm say wakoto adadizi. Ewo nsawo mu a yesi na enya agro.
Nti na nipa dia mia.
Yes. Nti nana grada evangelist Patricia
so abone title ni yepa evangelist. Ini ma
uka ina bibi ubenyase. Now empanifo agbagu.
Ne bill no.
Oh yeah, court maza.
Until ba Facebook live oba be hu agrada ye kana share a prison for care mu a ode ntuma kataniti. Asi enim wanim ma me na we dia we ya dia
bibi.
We ya dia also we yedim wanim
bibi.
Last 98.9 most recent videos I answer na simutu kra da bonten ni.
Last one
nana also for ankokoko na.
Share.
Hey, also Facebook.
So for say mun
peer police ni na to nche bi say.
Obi ka say wanye careful.
Yes. Share on tin one sekra.
Obi ka say wanye careful.
Obedi ni green nechi.
One he on obi ko twa you.
Because the timi hwe kra betterment of crime kra so timi. Because I don't know crime I can watch no here. What jeje ho no.
Jesus. Ona ka we no nti agradizi fans for ni nyina no ene appeal no appeal ni de omunya file en ka no ko siki bail
na say won file appeal why do you go seeking bail pending appeal won file
nti
there is no appeal before appeals court
no say appeal ni nya ntena so
na say a sentence no
yes but appeal no ma file
okay
but the dom ko to court enim say enka ye chance ye be fair case no e wa appeal no
EpaHoaDaben
nka mo de mo man ka house arrest bi
house arrest
ena mo de ankle monitor be to
house arrest is only declared by a president Francis Poku
yes
e kan she ni face mu ntimi pie bie mu
nti amasaman district court
omo so on sam kodem
omo say assembly yetie nanso yemfa nti
agradizi
yes agradizi but okay in the case back no so
say no so
osofu na okoyi
ni naked pictures on social media
na deja editor bibidu
sa papa no so do di na bro woton abibiduro memeduro
woton me na ode osofu adeja
osofu ni pictures e dia bata ho sasa no so de be kwa kowie
nti sasa no so kra de o msi wan hwe a ebia obenya 5 bia ka ho
it depends on the gravity of the issue
nti eno ni
dia beto appointing consent
nti eno
well bra na onam henu abepia
na agrada na yire ne se de
agrada ni yire agrada ni agrada ono ni oba no
abi
agrada yire
ono ekunu no
ashana na moka no na se wo ya agrada ansa na se me ba picture entre mi mu
ya ye pa cheu se
agrada yire no na o se yenye ne de police ni yenye ne de okay engineer kan se asiama no asinyukunu na ya dai
what confuse me more
bi no confuse
what video na uhu ba ko o chesi nukunu na asiama chesi nukunu no ena I'm the police ni bi ye
ni ko dia de video okay mu fa video no tuso asiama eni agrada kunu
nti asiama no se nikunu no omo de bi omo de nikunu no kona ompa na o video ya na asiama buofu
se asiama
ndina agrada ayire ni se yenya ne den
am say wuti omo ana omo ho na air court reporters am say o se senya na omo handle no na
on pe kwa mo eye ne kunu no
but asem na wo asem mask kan menti ase
oze obi ware obi a o ware a ye fe oze
me say name ye Brown
anti
me you Mrs. Brown
in terms of our mu no o title ye say
Mr.
ndu na ware oba no nti obi zo ware obi a obi ware ne yonko eya onya power tue obi etirinsa o kunu
say bibi I'm say agradizi
when be ma yiri ofie bia
agradizi ankasa da bia and me no ya
pacho o ma wade na agrada na ebo ho kai
on na bo ho ka
agrada
so Brian no tuni trim kwa
agrada so na bo ho kai
o tuni trinza that is what the wife was trying to protect
Jaro
bibi mama nka won sa video no see minjai mikunu kwa mi esiama na bibi to aso but aye kwan ho o si hwe mikunu kwa mi esiama me mabɔ ne ho ka
aware uradi nyame
watu ni tinza edi eba ye abonte a ono ya tu ni tinza didie oyere ne ye nyina ye se ya bɔ ne ho ka aware no je wo so ye die wo so oyere ye so ti ase eze na no mu koi okotwa asame video o le kura no bag na o boya o moche no oboloyi follow back oboloya o mo girl bi mkokun no a ye che ne frya
on the end yo eye banku ne
tilapia we di etire so di amedienti na ese ma da ne yire
well
now yam twaso no
ye twaso ne de awie
bibi we 2 in 1
okay
nti eno no me sorry a una abebo boys no
mate
e bi e ka wo discussion no minority force mampani mahama embago na wo di ato eye government lands no immediately e catch us say ifiso yes
minority
in parliament
said the ban on sale of government lands.
Yes.
President Mahama and lifted ban.
Someone lifted. The 88 strong members of the minority. Me don't can any say Mampeni Mahama say o protect public lands and property. Nemo individual so wato aban sase e kwampa so no omo mu dwetre ni ade ase. Enti Osman Penny Mama da wo ye catch us o mo man no boka o man no fisika into o mo catch President Mahama say on person mo ne be go do Supreme Court immediately
unlifted ban on sale of government lands say aban ne ba ye no na nkofobia to tobi deda
yes
into o mo to tobi ne na e kasa yi say
inti se aban se
na mato de dane de so mato
se aban se wato dada en de fa nkrata abra
na se we nka problem be ni ho problem be ana
ho no ena bibi
fa nkrata abra de be validate you bibi ani hu se
ho no ena exhibit 2 ni wo Mampeni Mahama say immediately fiti eneko government appointee bi enu a obenya fuel coupon bio
eno so asem
ye nyina ye beto fuel coupon nti achina 1 cedi on air 1 liter no
obi abe feel
amano ye nyina ye tua
good pa
Ghana for say we eye good but Ghana for say ye bisa say MP so munya fuel coupon na
Happy FM
omunya bi okay any oman for MPs omunya bi nti because na eye Ghana for say MPs nya bi any animanum ya yemfa bill nko no omo so de ye ntwem because ministers no appointees no half MPs into we can say wa omo
ne omu ni say wo ye mrahye bedwani na esa minister ana deputy minister bibia empempena de ka office ho no untime nje ne double
yes
into we decide say bia
oji we ana we
MP salary ana minister untime nje minister salary asanji MP salary
nice intende amanfo a mutie me Ghana mbebu no say ena no credit nti sisi ano moda munya den moda but no mo say
and by the way say anka ade we kranka MPs G fuel anka nka won because omunya government appointees
yes
omo ye elected officials.
No, anything no say nka yen transfer no. Every public official be ayama fu okupon bi I say ye vice president ni president ni speaker ni CJ. Obi no wa say abaima no fu okupon bi o come credit so munya government. O ko bia because adano na me wo school no MPB no ye ne car ni besiwa.
Oh, na say na no yekoye agric fails e hwan wo Ministry of Agric. Ya na me no na nam. Ana na me ne sefa na nam. Na akwa VAT je so a driver na gigia demu a ye say wa dabere 2 hours enya ne asifo mu akwakodi wache odi wache na engine nda so si so obi atika ni
baby who be someone say security reasons
inti de jani si so
security reasons no omun nim say Donald Trump cry or parking a car na the only car ye ndum ni for beast now
beast no pe
because emergency be about say beast
just sometimes we know how we see
see no mo twam no so ye na ma
EpaHoaDaben.
I will be monitoring.
Oh, send any obi engine sisu a wabo watoni fu.
No,
yes, say no be ka chiro.
Yes.
You come to no me na ma command here.
Say yanka say be you see ya be hwe.
So ombe ko so engine sisu a.
Omo ko park we baby 2 hours ah.
But hona ebi mu so ka say ade we a omatwam de be man ko fa ye innovative. Our office because lifestyle na ayom de. Until you must find ways of raising the money to keep up with the lifestyle. Until are we not sure say appointees here will find a way one more ebetimi akate corners say nye fuel direct no mbenya omo betimi bibi enye sika fi office no mdato self fuel
bibi eno ntina Ghana for say oral must work no.
And oral must work irrespective of our bem.
Nti wo de Ghana for say sisi ade wo de omo abem ko munye problem. Say titi omo ko na say there NDC enche bo we abenja no so
no de.
Inti say
one day
yes inti say yeah so omo ko na wa open wo te wo no yeah so omo so hwe o
yo bibi fa den na kwansi ha na me na wase any update a wo de abre eye omanfo na in parliament asema na Joel eka ho asem say mampani ehwe non-lifted ban on sale of eye government lands no ehun komo a minority for reason on the floor no inti kakra.
Upon assumption of office, the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, by a letter dated 10th January 2020, Mr. Speaker, although the President's decision may aim at safeguarding public lands for the benefit of Ghanaians, this directive may also affect individuals, corporate entities, who may have legitimately acquired interests in these lands. If indeed the government thinks that the private sector is the engine of growth, then the government, as a matter of urgency, should lift the ban. Revenue generated by the Lands Commission through stamp duties, consent fees, lease preparation fees, premium costs, and all charges as embedded in offer letters will, by virtue of these directions, become non-existent. This revenue loss will adversely impact the consolidated fund.
EpaHoaDaben.
Okay, so minority for na semo mo de abopo no eni nyina no na semo nyina ne se mampani eba abemu no obe issue directive bi se aban asase ahodo nyina ya tonton no omo fo mo nsanto so na obia ni ho no mo a ya release asase ne fama no na nasem ne se even though aban no fa sa kwan we so de abo oman na japade ho ban yen asase no efa bi nso no etietia wono mo nso so fa ahodie so sane se ebinom akọ through the process womo atua fees bi wo so wo tua enkratasem bia edimu enti no enye so wo awi asase na momo no omo ato asase no under government policy enti mampani ehwe na sa krofo no womo niema edimu no womo entimi nsanka womo asase no left bar no eno ene ensemo a eye minority for no e de atodwa on the floor of Parliament. EpaHoaDaben.
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 Say it again.
EpaHoaDaben. Now together, EpaHoaDaben.
Awesome.
EpaHoaDaben. EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben dwumadie enie baby a wo bia no ye kamfo ama wo se obedwane live on Facebook na ye de nkomo no atoa so ewo ho na sede wonimu no oba Facebook a menye silent observer na momu no fo no to nkomo ni mu bi na kire wadwene ewo ensem no eho na last week thereabout na me nenam internet no so me kankan bia me sure say asema me be kan kura no when so you aware you've read about it ebi kura so you are worried now you are wondering o future in terms of akwantu abetu akọ United States of America US aburuchimemu na ne me kohunu ye ne say US embassy asakra na immigration policies bi any especially when it comes to visa wo benya de free o mani mo de akọ US abrochimemu omo asesa
Happy FM 98.9
visa regime no amakane no obeti esi amu bi 5 years multiple obeti esi abu bi 3 years straight and then no US embassy ni say 5 years and 3 years nyino majai omama wa ye 3 months na ensemini bi wa na emekesene ne yebesi edi hu komo kakra na yebusa one more some of these diplomatic directives ne policy changes na say what could be informing into US government slash visa regime for B1 and B2 visa applicants from 5 years and 3 years to a maximum of 3 months. Ede na sie nanka kane no Ghana for to kwan akọ US a na US for no hwe yen citizens no differently omubuye pa sane say yankase ebuye ho on time hunu Ghana for involved in crime say ne fi ha ekrum ha etie no ye sonson ye ho ye de ye sonson ye ho so ye hypocrite about it ye very hypocritical about it ye ko bi man so de a ne edi mra no so enti ye nkrofobia US for no apɛ yasɛm akyɛ kakra na sɛdeɛ nsɛm no tie no ne sesa asɛ omu mmia wo mu niema mu for Ghana for and Nigeria for to be specific. Adam Zegna Abdullahi international relations observer, he's a student of diplomacy, student of law as well, and wo boye mayetete ensemi biase na yetimi ehunu anamoa yebetu, and of course ensemu esisi ewo wiase amansan in terms of geopolitics nyina so from time to time we pick thoughts from him na yedi ehun komo. He's joined me in the studio na mema na kwaba na yemfa komo ne hihye so Adam Zegna ma memo akwaba
I do some bra.
It's been a while.
Yes. Like 2 to 3 weeks.
Biaboko. Na international community musudi ni free but I think say a week where na Equatorial Guinea African Union for a meeting bi ohana meboa.
Yes.
Okay.
Na near Okujutu any mama koye no.
I know.
I'm saying some election be na I'm more elected President Mahama as I think chairperson of some projects be 2063 I think concerning reparations and all that and I think it's something along those lines. Yes.
I think I heard President Mahama saying say reparations na no it is imminent now than ever. Here and next but that conversation about reparations, it be muso view on it and say consider bena before because akasa brofu de there was so much pay and back, and how do we even quantify the so-called reparation You've been monitoring these things. How do you see Europe? One more countries no do na colonizing most African countries. Posture towards some komo about reparations. Say was say omutimi biaka akankase workers omunsum yen anase omoma yen patesika. Me perceive hunu those European countries, which is I would say UK for na eli deeper dimutintimai no. Posture towards our reparation community saying.
And yet the best from our point of view. Because the say unim say if they say reparations, no, we are entitled to it.
Okay.
And we share history no. We need be I say yankwana ebia nkofo na amako school no academics for nkwana amunim. Everybody knows say slavery happened in Ghana and Sunaika and the colonization no, and the fact say when the colonization was going on, it affected you in so many other ways.
Yeah.
You see, exploitation and all that. You see, I know the Yankoma Obianim, but omo feel say obviously BBA will cause economic issues for them.
Okay.
Because omo say sometimes with the global economies, it affects them too.
Yeah.
And UK in so ankasa, which me who say. The strength that they were in militarily, economically before World War II, no, they say no, it's not the same.
Okay.
Almost so they are trying to, get themselves back, to where they feel they should be. Some common sometimes almost discuss it on Parliament they usually just brush it aside because they are prepared to actually even confront it. Yes, sometimes what to say during meetings concerning Commonwealth, sometimes these conversations come up and things, but they are very dismissive of it.
Okay, will anything change now? Because it appears to say there is some common front to be Yabuildo Africa, all heads of states seem to be championing the cause of reparation. A bit me assembly B, and at the end of West Africans, to trigger the seriousness. European countries they attach it to us.
Yeah, I think the call has been there, but as I know, it doesn't seem very forceful, and there's not any. Some intentional campaign, by African leaders to say you people should give us a reparations because from the way it looks like as it stands now because the pressure new this is like Obidoka now maybe I one day I can say hello Misikano like as
for now it's just been seen in speeches.
Yes, in speeches. Exactly, yeah, bilateral relations I doubt we raised it.
But is that what Africa needs? You hear reparation and I say you hear I perceive me pay a synonym to maybe an antonym to even reparation. Yes.
Antonym.
Do we need reparation? And I say we need to rebuild our own. What I say?
We need it too.
Really?
Reparation is not there here. We need it. See, make no mistake because the fact these days you can say politicians no more kahuna. Baby I want. But the reparations are needed. Especially with what they had done to us. No, because I know there. Yes. Let's not take the fact politicians know almost them why scientists because of that. Because it's the politicians for that's why we no. Because baby I want where we have to start from as African nations.
Yeah.
Tantamount to like digging ourselves out of a hole. Exactly.
You
see, so it is something that any objective person, even some of our scholars can just say no, we need the reparations. We deserve the reparations. Yes, sometimes Nkofaka say, oh, they built schools and all that. Everything it was to their benefits. Even the railroads and things that they had done, it was to transport some of our
minerals.
And so now like was going to help us. Look at the North. The North, no. They abandoned it because now Mufili said, Shini ho. So that's what I say.
Yeah.
And everything they did was very exploitative. Even the very objective for them coming here to cry. Now it was with that mindset. And the fact said the Berlin Conference, no, almost share, you know, they divided Africa into look, even the Second World War. Because it was actually between Germany, Italy, Japan, and then you know the rest of them. And then here, yes, okay. And your soldiers, no, young for like our forefathers, no. You see, many of them died, and so no, we're virtually like second-class citizens if you look at the racism, how it even affected America,
and the fact that racism is still on.
It's still on. You see, reparations not the it's a very justified, but at the same time also, it's important that we too, who say even though we have been put in this position, you can't throw our hands in this pen. Then I can say, oh, it's not our fault. This is where we are going to be. We have to take the initiative to also make sure that leaders are more ingenious. They come up with development projects and things that can lift us out of this. But
General Buhari has been brought home. Sending Joe Adema in the trends, Nigerians are not happy with him.
Yes.
Obedi Akunyana as president. Into the kind of sympathy I was show at this time. Na anka on mining na bewo a morning mood muno. I say it is not the case. And we do now action about so kai ne governance. A quite so manage your minor. And around his time, the economy no more than pioneer there. What can you tell us? General Buhari, Nemre Mrano Yeman Penny, and what significant thing a bit me an achievement? And what do you make of sending Nigeria for reacted to new way?
Okay, so first off, let's start with the last statement, last points. As for Buhari, no, and the reaction of Nigerians, it is something that is. It's quite sad, frankly.
Okay.
Because I dare say it is it's symbolic of the legacy and how because like free government and Chebia, you see, it's very symbolic of its legacy and how Nigerians feel about it. You see, and the reason why I make us say sad and say it's a reminder of how like. Yes, so yeah, so we should live our lives.
Yes. African leaders.
We should live our lives. You see, because you say social media is there, that's why we can see like there's this backlash. But make sure this is not something new.
Yeah.
A lot of other bad leaders, but because of social media today, we can see
pronounced.
Very, very pronounced. Exactly. You see, a reminder to our leaders and to all of us, say we should try to lead our lives very well, so that at least that those negative comments will not be so.
We should lead well.
Should lead well. Beyond that, Buhari's time in office, from my point of view, the one word that makes me they are describing the time in office disappointing.
So
yes, because on time our office, it was with a wave of confidence and the goodwill now it was so much, just like with President Mahama today, you see, and there were a lot of things going on in Nigeria, the kidnapping of the Chibok girls, who campaign now,
and I remember he was tipped and Nkofo penny because no Mususu said good luck Jonathan being a non-military person.
Yes.
Ain't me handle Boko Haram ye.
Exactly.
And General Buhari awaya so Jenny pain and his achievements were in terms of fighting dissidents be saying.
Yes.
It's no meaning say or no the obey man penny obetimi crack down on Boko Haram.
Exactly.
And a ginsem cry.
And you see, so and I remember 2015 time good luck Jonathan office. That campaign of bring back our girls.
Yeah.
Now it was in the US, even so much so that the first lady of the United States, Michelle Obama, no campaign. You see, so you could see that the election of
Buhari
2015
support from the
yes.
US, Obama's administration.
Yes. And even recently, they interviewed Goodluck Jonathan. And then now I say there was a lot of foreign interference in that election.
That's true.
Against him.
Yeah,
you see, until Buhari coming into office, it was not just some, administration or some sort of phenomenon that was only felt by Nigerians, but almost everybody else. Because here in Ghanaians spoke, now if you say, Goodluck Jonathan, exactly. All about so he had this stance of being, somebody who's no nonsense with regards to corruption.
Yeah.
It's on the straight to prison, like on your court and some, the way, even the way some of us Ghanaians think, say, we need a military ruler and all that. You see, that discipline and all those things, Nigeria is going to get. If you look at the kind of expectation now, at that time, and then him leaving office at the time he was leaving office, you can see, say, he has just been plain disappointed. And then there are a number of things. Of course, the economic issues.
Yeah.
They got worse, even worse than as good as Jonathan's time. You see, now, say he didn't know what he was particularly doing and all that. The people were talking about, say, the fuel subsidies should be removed and things so that it can, help the economy grow and all that. Tinubu, Obey. You see, that's supposed confidence and political, strength to actually take the tough decisions.
Nigeria, for instance,
yes. Now, I'm say at least he had that.
More expectations was Rododo.
Yes, but it was expected because saying now more hyping. I remember all about office. They were saying they call him Sai Buhari. Meaning the meaning of the Sai Buhari, but with a lot of goodwill. See, also with the girls, Boko Haram. I mean, it has just been all over the place. And with certain events that went on in Nigeria, see, particularly the key massacre, the result of NSAS. You see, it's a huge part of this legacy. You see, and among the youth, he became very, very unpopular because it was the youth that actually drove Sa campaign. You see, into the economic issues, then security, then civil liberties being more or less suspended because you say that soldiers no the youth and all that
making processing and bad.
Yes, and I've just mentioned a few things because there are a whole lot.
You can't say I can't.
You see, so the reaction to Nuwono is just
normal.
It's expected because the youth in particular are disappointed because even apart from the corruption scandals going on, the fact say now the impunity now became even much more than it was even during Goodluck Jonathan's time. You see, the time in office, if you are looking at because maybe it's now like I say he had nothing positive about him. I know
today, sir, maybe to set the high points of Netanyahu.
Well, I from me never be sir, but at least from an ECOWAS point of view, I feel say he had a steady hand. Okay. He continued that bond that we have as West African countries. And so, as somebody from Ghana, makes me like I say I can't say negative things about his time in office as the leader of Nigeria. Regards to ECOWAS. And see, that is something that I think. Okay.
Now, Ghana. US for them. And then this year, any visa amount for the need that was so 5 years now. They are at 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
What's the background to Sasimi?
Well, SMP. From scratch. Mamika say, it has a lot to do more with the administration in office than your conduct towards the US. And the entire Mikasa say
Trump na an issue.
Yes, Trump is the issue.
Okay.
So I say not long ago there were some tariffs imposed on almost every country in the world. Oceanless now. Say there were some supposed countries, islands, they are full of penguins. Nobody inhabits those islands. They were slapped with tariffs. So that's what I'm gonna say. So there was clearly no proofreading and all that. It was done in a very haphazard manner, but it was done nonetheless. It is very, very similar to Ayewi, and I'm not surprised. This is more of the modus operandi of the Trump administration because they follow his instructions to the letter.
Okay.
Because Obia Suru said there will be some backlash. Now, why am I saying this?
Happy FM.
The reason why I say the whole letter or the official statements that came out from the US, Amoka said they are going to vary the visa arrangements and things. No, the whole title of it or the reason why it was done was based on reciprocity.
Okay.
Exactly, and that is a cardinal principle in international diplomacy. So you do me, I do you, more or less. You see, that's why most of the time, what to say, your foreign minister call another country, they say, oh, it's now visa free for both Ghanaian nationals and then because it can be one-sided.
Exactly.
You see, so it is based on things like that. And on that tangent, you know, what mean say they feel say they have the view say America is being taken advantage of. They allow people to come to their country, you know, freely, multiple entries or single entry, whatever it is. But they have not sat down to do the research. That is my point of view. To do the research, to find out, say, is this actually what is going on or not?
Okay.
So I think I can answer. And then,
but why would the U.S. government or Trump's administration be taking such a major policy decision? Only guided by history and the numbers, as you say. But is it equally not a fact? In fact, over reasons in Libya, because a lot of students are almost students visa co-US. US school now, they don't come back. Overstay, baby. And we
yes,
very few Ghanaians and I know and see, I can't see critically the numbers are. Clearly, the penalty box anymore.
Oh, I mean, if it's on that particular tangent, some more say, okay, we are imposing these policy decisions based on the fact, say, we have a 21% overstay. Ghana, you have 21% overstay in the US, which is a far off a more benchmark of 15%. I know, dear, that is justifiable. And
but say common reasons, you know.
It's part, but then there is reciprocity to a factor.
Okay.
And that was reflected even in the response of foreign minister. Yes, because Obekase is based on reciprocity. I mean, you are the one who has given the reason. You see, NT Obekase, there are certain people who come to the. I think, say, even from my point of view, Seth, me want to say that's not the way to go if people overstay in the US. Say there should be some collaboration between the Ghanaian government and the US government to ensure that ABR say your Ghanaian citizens are Omar said they will overstay. The Ghanaian government should assist the US government
to bring them back home.
Yes. Last month, DNC Wagana FBI for normal Bahanum did we not assist them in doing that?
We did.
So then why can't the same thing be done? So I say it's all about cooperation. Because we can decide to say, oh, we don't know who they are. You see, but it's based on cooperation. They cooperated with our people, and there was no issue. You understand? That particular response to that issue, no, I feel said it's not the best. You see, because yes, I did not. You are punishing a lot of innocent people, and then you are actually
instead of 5 years, no more 3 years, 3 months.
Well, according to Omo charged affairs, no say any accurate, a misconception.
What is not accurate?
Sir, 3 months now, it's going around that we've reduced it from 5 years to. Or say the 3 months, no, and yes, say, Ukonoma, say 3 months.
Okay.
But then you have a window of 3 months after being granted the visa to go to the US.
What does that mean?
Until the amount of months to go into the amount of visa within 3 months. Also occur a single entry.
Okay.
And multiple. So that single entry, it is true. So you have to go to the US within 3 months. No, who could draw one then border control no, they can decide say yeah, 6 months. Oh, because some people say they know better hanum. So we say B1, B2 side what I come to do there. Oh, winning. Okay. So based on that, is to say you need this number of months to stay. Until then they will now grant you.
Not just say ni omo ma wa ha no de we can say entry ticket.
More or less.
Who could do a
yes, then
near Joe passport
now more determined
based on in common will be
exactly.
Until when you be the number of years or months will be stay.
That's according to Omo Charles D'Affaires, Robert Olsen, because even including me out of the view say 3 months. I
said the statement was clear.
Yes, but or say the 3 months the window that they have given you into Okonoma. Based on your conversation with the border control and things. And I feel say what he said further, it made a bit of sense because like I say, for students the F1 academic visas no. You see there was a concern concerning the fact say will be Obinya admission ABA Arizona University. Ghana hanum okay well I don't meaning baby in the US where you have to go to actually extend your stay. But to say, I'm sure Washington is one of them, and New York is one of them. If that's the case, you have to leave Arizona every 3 months to Washington or New York to renew your stay. And it's feasible. And also to it is US like and so I say one continent what decided to say only a country. You understand? He said that is not the case. For F1 visas, no. The number of years until Okoye PhD or Honoma, and then the PhD is 4 years. They'll give you that 4 years. Stay. Until only 3 months issue. Okay. So now okay. Yes. So and I know that's another thing. But because all cars ask them, we have to take his word for it. ABI, if later on you take any contrary reports, then we can now come to understand something. But that is I say the 3 months I echo around say will be a 3 months and we'll call on 3 months so back a window of opportunity. And then when you get there too ombudsman decide to say ombudsman even 3 years. So since Ukoshia kasa yes
and they send you
because ombudsman say they no be hanumiti ugodon be we
so obviously say school na buy only me 3 months say
I know the that is what is this from the US point of view. Yes,
but it tells us one thing. Say I will say money na nyai there be a pelco be man so no.
Without a doubt, but I will still go back to the administration because before they say
if a president from the Democratic Party this policy can change.
I think it will change like that.
So I don't so much about this government, the Trump administration and his outlook on immigration.
Yes. You, that's a very good point because what I can say is there's no Democrat that will do this. But say a Democrat, that's another different thing because it comes with a lot of backlash. Because you've assumed office and then because you can say more elections every 2 years.
Yeah.
People forget say it's because they midterm elections. In the midterm elections, it can affect you there at that point because they say the previous president, that is Trump, he's trying to protect the country, the integrity of the borders and all that. What the Waba say, and so it can affect you. So politically, they may not take such decisions, but Mr. said they can vary it. Because a lot of the career politicians in Washington or more value the the relationship that they have with Africa. Because a
lot of business here,
a lot of business, and apart from that, so we have a lot of terrorist groups here, and it is based on goodwill with us. We are able to assist them in not being attacked. That's what I say. And it's part of the reason why they even give USAID and all those things, because it is just to create that goodwill among the African countries, and also
so you can cooperate with them.
You can cooperate with them.
Then they will make more money from you.
Exactly. But I'm saying, if Trump was in office, maybe from 2008 or something, because I told you just a month ago, FBI fall by Hanum because of the good cooperation they have with us, and I'm betting for Hanum. It is based off of that long-standing relationship we've had with the US.
And to say we are told FBI also supporting a special prosecutor to extradite.
Yes. Yes, it's based off of that long relationship. And if it was marred by some of these decisions and things, no, I'm not sure say we'll be ready and willing to be assisting them like that. Okay. Because your finance minister who has in quotes run away to the US, so we don't always need that from them. But our people more or less sometimes try to take advantage of our system, no. So they need us a lot in such circumstances. Of course, there's the obvious thing of the economic benefits so our people want to go there. But when it comes to the things that matter, especially security. But
it doesn't appear to say your choice be also in the scheme of things, because yes we here and more they feel more USAID.
You're not taking it from them.
Yeah,
so
but
what is it?
But in the absence of that, you may still want to have a certain level of support in other ways. I mean,
well, that's true, but
we owe a lot of American companies in terms of our buying.
Well, yes.
And they have made a lot of noise about it back home in the US. I think
that's what caused the rift between yes.
Yeah, foreign affairs minister.
And also, but there's why I'm proceeding on this tangent. They say, you see, what I'm trying to say, it's possible that we can be a country without the US.
Really?
Yes, it's possible. So? It is possible because. We have a lot of based on our good relations with them. A lot of US companies here, or buying, of course. Yeah, so we depend a lot on export and all that, imports. Imported goods and all those things. It's normal. I understand that, but like I say, it is all based off of the good relationship that we've had with the US. It's not maybe this few months of antagonism a bit changing drastically, but the American say if. The last time, the Brazilian, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, I say, now, Brazil and China, decided say they are going to trade among themselves, not in the US dollar. Okay, and he was worried about that because it will be difficult for US to now impose sanctions on them because they don't trade in the US dollar. So, if you take away the fact, ABR or more the aid that if they give Brazil aid is taken out of the picture. Brazil are okay without them. So that's what I say. So of course the private.
But you see, for instance, USAID but we get support and aid in other forms. Millennium Challenge account on commodity support to.
But then they see so
and
they reversed it.
Because of his behavior and reversing and it's affecting him big time.
Yeah, but yes, but
so you may not be getting USAID, but you need some strategic support in other sectors.
But there are a lot of things that are actually going on, like because some millennium issue are Wakano. It has been withdrawn. Are we not still here?
Yeah, we are here, but we are not having it easy.
We are not having it easy, but I mean, when were we ever having it easy?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Sankabaya and Kabai now, ECG in some capital injection here in Kenya.
Because Ubusa a Ghanaian on the streets, how things are. Because the things are better than they used to be. Yeah, we are not living. It's not say the economy has come crashing down on anything. And just say I'm not trying to downplay the US. I know they're like that is not what I'm saying. But the Americans say, there are other countries like China, obviously, who want to play some of the roles the US and the US companies to play. China too have a lot of big countries, big companies. And apart from even China, other countries in the West, because contrary to what some people may believe, no. And you say, ABR, the US and then the West, most of the Western European countries, no, they have one mind. You know, everybody's after his own interests.
Yeah.
Such as diplomacy with each and every country bilaterally. So if we don't have a very good relationship with the US anymore, fine. A bit miracle.
BRICS nations.
BRICS, yes.
And it appears an only orientation of your president.
Yes, Cuba.
One of the reasons in the US for say visa restrictions in that's like East.
Yes, but and you can see, say, even with this current government's posture, look at the way Okujoto uses harsh words towards them. You see, we are trying to tell them, say, you know, we don't really need you that much, because if we did so much, on your side, on your side,
really?
Do you understand? You see, so we are trying to say, we are shifting off that dependence on you. We are moving on to other countries. Menka say we can live off on our own. Yeah, of course, we're still a third world country. But of course, China,
we are looking for new partners.
You see, and the US is not the only partner that can. Of course, they are the richest.
Okay,
but you know, if there are other people who are willing and able to partner with us with open arms, the government seems to be looking favorably at those options.
Adam Zegna Abudulai, International Relations Observer, Chief Medasenewe. Thank you so much for your thoughts on these matters. Any insights in so what they are we'll catch up with you on different subjects. Sure. So, some of these ones may have taken different angles. Yes. We'll keep having this convo. Thank you so much once again.
Anytime.
Adam Zegna Abudulai, now attending International Relations Observer, student of Diplomacy and Law. Being any Bismark Brown. I mean, take a breather. I mean, ko break to a me koba. Ye betias in commonimo. Mano Jesse, Ewufia. Koku Mauli Nanegbe. Yes, Koku Mauli Nanegbe. And so Ewufia. Yebekwa Homano so the chairman of the MPP's 2025 Congress Planning Committee, the Honorable Joe Osewusu, former MP Emma Bekwaye, former Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Ebedin Komo, only chairman of the Planning Committee, and to Tuyane Shishe, Ahodwa Koso, and what the nation should expect from the NPP as they go for one Congress. Congress, omo kwakohe omo constitution no any amendment sakraye betimi abemu na omo hwe ni mo se omo de san sakraye no ebekọ akwakọpre eye tumi kame ho etina he ya me ba sisi a banamfo bo setina sikom merba
Charlie, stress. Oh, senior, what be the issue? Bro, another one caught happening again. I nearly get them this time. Charlie, the over 1.5 messed me up. Oh, Charlie, sorry. But wait, you don't get refund for your loss? Nah, bro, that thing's have day. You hear so before? Yeah, soccer bets they do. Them they call them soccer chance. Ah, Charlie, you sure? Oh, but why I for lie you? Just make your stake on 10 plus games with odds of 1.30 or more. And when it's full, you will get your stake back times 3. Come see my bets. Hey, Charlie, this be interesting, oh. I know, right?
Soccer Chance rules are simple. Bet on any of your favorite soccer league games with odds of 1.30 and more. The total number of games should be 10 or more. Now here's the catch. Lose just one out of the many and you'll be rewarded 3 times your stake. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18. Gaming can be addictive.
New Kivo Hot Pepper Powder. Loco, this advert is FDA approved.
Yamma wakwaba eba Eclipse Collateral Management. Ejuma kwostron kwa yamma wanya wadwapade nkrata ho mfaso. Wonim se wadwapade nkrata ekuta wo no ebetumi asesa wo daache. Yesesa emfasode a adwapade awuranom etumi enya ewo no adwapade nkrata ho. Ene nyuma awuranom nso ebenya frɛ adwapade ahodo a yede sia bowa ede apesika ede abo wo nyuma ahodo. Enti se ope prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, ene land document perfection services a mayamfa nyonko. Ewo Eclipse yewo prime depository military platform bia ahobambo bomu ya de fofora ejapade awuranom etumi de won krata ekoto ho na wonya sika esem bia ni ho na ye de sankrata yi ebo nyumaku ahodo a wo pe besia de afrisika kwabia ho ye bobosia ho no ho ba ebo manyuma awuranom nya sika de trewo nyuma mu ye de bosia bo hwehwemu a emu do na ye mapa ena sie gina ye enti wonim se wo wonsa ahobambo bomu entwentwa so hwehwe ye nkyira kwan ewo adentam barrier ye bembe Moses Ayaresabia no ewo West Africa SHS afasio no nchempe Franyensesia 0543842466 wo Eclipse Collateral Management for property owners we say think safety and decent income, and for businesses we say think funding before projects.
When I get home and want something quick to chop, everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water, so kiss made easy. Kivo carry me, Kivo carry for your office, boarding house. Kivo carry everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only
Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix. Soakings are easy. This advert is FDA approved.
Number one everywhere you go. Big go. For the friends and the family. Big go. Big refreshing moment. Big go. For the kids and the adults. Big go. Boys and girls with a drink up. Big go. Everywhere the party day. Big go. We go mash up the place with the big go. Greatest in every battle. Big go. Big go. Big go. Big go. Big go. Big go. Greatest in every battle. Big O. Big refreshing moments.
Big O drink. Big refreshing moment. Another quality product from Trillium Industries. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking to study abroad? We have top quality placements in Spain, Malta, the Netherlands, and in Italy. Here's how it works. Pay a €350 registration fee only after you receive admission. Tuition fees only after your visa is approved. Our service fee, pay us only after your visa is issued. We make it easy, transparent, and secure. Call us today on 054-319-0616. That's 054-319-0616. Your journey starts now.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
This statement is by the members of parliament of the 6 constituencies in Kusau in the Upper East region, and Kusau's opinion leaders, residents in Accra. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, it is a tried knowledge that our land of Boko in particular, and Kusau in general, has been involved in ethnic conflict for some years now, largely because of the Nairo's void, illegal, purported enslavement of a rival chief of Boko. We state without equivocation that Boko has one, and I emphasize one, legitimate chief in the person of Zuran Asigiri Abugrab Azoka II since April 1984. The government, through the Ghana Armed Forces, has deployed military officers and men and other security agencies to prevent the loss of life and property and to keep the peace of the area. In the afternoon of Sunday, 13 July 2025, ostensibly in response to an attack by unknown gunmen on a vehicle and military escorts, the military personnel in Boko went on rampage and murdered 6 people, maimed more than 20 others, and caused huge destruction to the property of citizens in Boko. Some of them looted the shops of the people and made away with huge sums of money. We deeply regret the unfortunate attack on the vehicle and the military escort, and we sympathize with the 2 soldiers and people who got injured in the attack. And we wish them a speedy recovery. We condemn the peace laws against Kusas, pull down the statue of our overlord, Zuran Abu Ghraib Asiri Azwaka II, and set it ablaze in a pointless revolutionary style. What was the point in the destruction of the statue of our overlord? What security threat did the statue pose, and what threat does the destruction solve? It takes an act as such to insult to the Kusal people and to reject same. In the light of the foregoing, we demand the following on the government of Ghana: that the armed force render an unqualified apology to the Zuran and the people of Kusal for the unprofessional and banditry of the military on the 13th of July 2025 in Boko. That the soldiers involved in this act of 13 July 2025 and prosecuted when found culpable. That there be an immediate overhaul of the military and all security agencies in Boko. That the security personnel will be deployed they only succeed in killing and maiming innocent people without more.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Opani mami busa papa kufo video wenya bi atie bi na emu nsem no wo so mu sen net wo sen.
Kufo eba Fourth Republic ono jinala mukuni enim na okonko dem mayenya atuni this Fourth Republic. But because we independence in Kurano, one is a Africa Buzia, and the Prime Minister in the name of the United Party, the Progress Party, and the to me now. Now, saying a soldier for Amado Anche, and then Posoni and Saturday and Mutula by the Queen. In Zema, the Rankufona, only a cool, a dean of the demon penny, the first person teacher and female. Our constitution is the man of you. You can't feel nine. Na Madden, Yamin Ganapo, and what? A corn in Prince, the infirmary. It is as president of the Quebec. He is the first, because Sati to my or Manchester Mangus. It is a booby and Senna Efatana, or say, maybe a man. A year, a pronuance and a video clip pronuance setting.
EpaHoaDaben
98.9 FM EpaHoaDaben Jumedini na openi a what's in a voice na me boy the honorable Seche Mensa Bonsu na kane oye majority leader na osanso ejine muma the good people of Swami constituency. And when I'm in the Nkomo FA agency National Council SCA FA upcoming NPP 2025 one annual delegates congress ebe baso memene dey nim ya na san komo na ma ene awie nso yabo opening baako enso apunumu ewo NPP amanyoko ni mu wono any chairman of the planning committee womo ehwe atoto eniema se be ya memene da dwumadi ombedie no bribia bekoso wano me pachre former Deputy Speaker of Parliament, former MP, Emma Bekwai constituency, the Honorable Joe Osewusu, Dodona Efreno, Joe Wise. Honorable Joe Osewusu, Timinka, Happy FM Suni, Memoir How. Happy FM. That was Sone Wobra when you were me.
Yeah, well.
Na Akrewia, I want them or dear.
Oh, Yamia Domin, who pa, most want to say.
Oh, but they are doing where papa. Na Mibusa na Emse. Ene ye benada memene da de be ye da kase de ama wo any party ni nyina da wakoye chairman of the planning committee boyen wadaroma memene da no dwumadie no enhyehyɛ na kodu sen na ahomboabo no so etesen
yo meda se nyame adomo a memenda ye sha se be da otwe nsani chiche adwuma no mu omo mbehwe omo tu kwan free Ghana ma nyina ba ka be no mo de beba bas sahoro ntie committee on the transportation so o mai bibia omnibus company kase ba ko on di animu enna the companies ahoro be aka no ho omo fa ni free Ghana fa na nyina so o se nyame aduma ehwe da nyumre bia bedu mo bedu amobeda hene and also your take committee for so a pet baby. Nipa, the doorway better, the doorway better. The head nipa bem soon, delegates no ankasa, Kakran Pimusia. That nipa who will be a do more account from so mumba. He can in Abomoa, a him or more better. A him high baby play. The way she fumigation Kakra. Best of better for the money now, so chairman of the committee, and also the reporter, me a teacher, not traveling in of a mom baby. They don't be there, and I don't know about the doing a dead channel, and we are saying, Nina, or say, and also committee for very day, so also, I say, in Yanni, baby. Nipa do no beda na ne be na ekoho we mo so be we beda na ne be na ekoho mfana ya mi adomo a afei upa na yes delegate nko na eba e dey na kire say me delegate e dey na kire say me observer and also a group for committee almost say o munyo nyina asisa o kama intimate aka say en say e tu na mo ahia pa ni nyina zade ba ko a na ebimu so no say yes COVID about Legum campus.
And coming back busa.
You so your health committee, Dr. Kubo Nedano, or Dr. Siasa, and also to an Abaho, I link with the University of Ghana Medical Center. I must say, Legum campus, and you know, me here in a Omuni or my emergency arrangement a day in and so of my sister. Tinyame adomo ya huboasi
ma huboasi there's a chairman wa bo adwuma pa
oh me de odano ame me to we koye ba no the reporter bremi nipa me no mu ye adwuma no na ye adwuma no pa
enti se oka ahoboabo na te se bia on a scale of 0 to 10 no o hwa ahoboabo na kodum pempen so sen pa
Fun say, better or having Chemodo Kuru be a
95%.
Yes, we are transport company, they have an overhead woman in Abba, and only a performance of the contractees.
Okay.
Yes, here no, they are no. As soon as you come to news, they are any architect or the Nina Baba, and on the performance of the my contract here. But you must say, and she said, I prefer so sorry almost from there.
Na mena na brewa bi busa ya CMPP fo koyehia mu bi o na ede asemwa de na eba ede ni dwumadie potin esimani so a motwe party ma afri achichiri ni bencheye so momra Legon. What is the key agenda isi party then issue with this exercise?
Key agenda isi party then issue was our conference here. And the constitution no SAN system. On said Michael Quick committee co-approve Ghana no report from the buyer no back through mobile and it said the constitution no system was from the green. And no actually a take committee for area Frank Davis Dano. Almost a month for I have a constitution. How much is in China with more Bobo? A report of the buyer, a Kratafa has 300 pages. Now, General Secretary, Achiche, I'm a region there, some one check my constituencies. No, we are that their way names to see them for the upper. And I say, we are. I say, a Bobo, if you are any person, if I do go. I to a benibino. It could be all chin that there's a corona by because all Bob in our boom near back. And to a cacaning in our boom, and the best National Council said, I know about 52 of the 54 resolutions and our motions. Some resolutions and our motions, no, and no one send me a coca. Now, the better by the Jatumono, then on a constitution.
Say no, obetimi asese the number of proposed amendments are party Madiaba.
Proposed maybe a door for make the 300 pages.
Wow.
But no. The Cabo no there about 52 or 54 resolutions better swaba. You get 2 more, like I said, 54 clauses and a better time.
Na ene na chese adwuma no so ebetiki se ne yenimu no historically na ya sa adwumadie ekọ beyond edabaako mo de dam yenu na esi ho na se ne proposed amendments I do so you know enhyehyɛ ne te sen with regards to eso abato no mo to so abasen on the grounds modalities ne eden
one say aska say din kind dey Including marriages, no. And so sister constituency be a woman him. I was set up the wow who dear in Chilipia or Honodiaba. You could do what their resolutions no I can come now motions no. And one year to solve but your convention, your practice, and your voice vote.
Okay.
And Yana and you think to say a 1-1-1-1. Marky baby.
Now, okay, say constituency be nya proposals ni bi na by now ususu say omo ahwemu a akosi sense womu hwemu na as a constituency omu say ginaye as to baby omu gina wasa amendments no ho na omu beto eso aba. Is that the exercise say I was a constituency need decide one common front and sana ba Congress ana
a constituency a young Crankrabia.
Okay.
And Crankrabia and it was the way that I know so no yeah. They know what to know. So the Portuguese and the Sanko for no about what to hear.
Is a anchor by voice votes.
Voice votes, yes.
Now, I don't know, Mususu say a effective way a mobetimi ehunu nipa na nkasa ne opepa.
Oh, no, my
okay.
The current constitution is yeah. Be all the amount for them penal. One kind you could no more country. My life. Yeah, for the the 2009 air conference go trade fair. Na young MPs, ya proposal baby the constitutional amendment I have them say the Ansana primaries. Ebeka say we yet to no so and I am to no so leadership in parliament they evaluate me akase nipa we there. Ejuma yen say me na we there. There's a woman me ano ensikura no busemaza no. Usually
now, amongst the proposed amendments, dear he now say a year near month for any dear chiripa.
With the Bachawa committee, the number two proposed amendments in the Dawson. If you have said a making one amendment proposal, if I ever had a children and make it different proposals on the same subject matter. So,
okay.
But they are said the working couple men know the printed book. Said the working couple meaning the tray.
Okay.
But we jam a general secretary,
Na pacho me pebusa young Munkotua ba 31st January 2026 no eka eniema party for beto so aba ni biana.
There be.
Eno nka ho.
There be. Data. Ye de to aba data de anko ngadu mu nyina de. Eye National Council na was said to me no.
Okay.
Anye Congress.
Memene da security nhyehyɛ te sɛn.
Yɛn ankasa yɛayɛ nhyehyɛ ama yɛn ayɛ ho ɛna afei yɛsa ɛde ɔman polisifoɔ nso ɔnso yɛde ade sɛ de akɔto wɔn anim sɛ yɛyɛ nhyiamu wei nti ɔmfa bambɔ fam nti ɛbɛwɔ ne mmienu nyinaa.
Me nim say me kaini ye dia. I say 2021 and 2022 more Congress amoko no Kumase. I think say Heroes Park thereabout. Jumedie no konewe no there were a number of amendments Congress sent me and shut down for Moko Kumutiensi. Yeah. Emma more refer to yes. Is the potential say a bibetimi CBM no ewo with regards to Niamoko and Memini Diana?
Exactly. Members no area any quarter no area banty. Say, I'm unfortunate you Mukia. Open, yeah. I want to say the whole panel. Over to say the whole panel.
Okay. Na se ekoba se said ye wo mo peno no ene ne wo mo insist ya me pese me hwe circumstances e ba ya 2021 there no more refer some of the proposed amendments to Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee na circumstance ben there ne ba ye nti amoye ne sa na ekoba ne Saturday nso a mo de be fa he.
Well, some kind of year and a lot of the proposals, no. Among for Mark and Sasano, and yes, I say continue Nayana, or my proposals ever. And this among for Nyan to Moania, Sarah Farm, say, when I go him view, Mumfa as the council.
Now, how would that be approved? No, process near the end.
National Council, and Master Congress, the Homogena Party, the second highest decision making body.
Okay.
Highest in any Congress. And then all police station executives, all regional executives, Council of Elders. Council of Patrons, but National Council also a consensus of all regional executives, any National Council members, any elected members from various regions, and yeah, don't so.
Maka ediato inframa mu se wana pre various positions or party ni mu so ye flag bearer open flag bearer die open regional anase constituency pulse bi na die no ma obi amfane campaign sem emma congress na se. I remember say 2021 so mo similar thing na me Kumasi that time billboards cry wo krum kura mo mamanfo yi minim say eya na edene say obe manage a situation like that because even on the grounds cry no nkofo efa kwan bebre so a omode campaign edie na mode agu akwan to ensure say congress we member dane campaign for flag bearer position.
So the born in the room. I say, if you are a fact and create campaign home, a mount from a home. What the billboard about you be? What the poster billboard campaign poster about every way? Who share candidate to be a tardy about your door? Your boy home, I've been the say, oh yeah. Only Congress are discussing a constitutional amendment in the second place in the above.
Which means that omo you omo nim so mo pe flag bearer na mo bi ama speech ana.
Oh, yeah, everyone crying we have no delegate. When you delegate to SOA, yeah, so this is a mere nomination. It be our two your party that entity. If you saw your party here, every more observer events invitation now or about observer cards now there.
Bad you bad
no.
Okay. Now
yeah, the more invitation there you'll be permitted one person as your personal security.
Now my question ne potine say one more you wo mo animu so mo pe positions o ka omonye obi be ka totofe wa for party ni mu animdifo a wo mo emu odu o party ni mu omo wo akwanya bi omo benya kwan ama speeches bi akasa because ma bra any form of campaign wo any of omo yi omo animu no be given the opportunity to speak e wo dwumedi ase ana. Dr. Bamian Kasa.
So, Dr. Bamian Kasa, no, Kasa said immediate past vice president, not as a candidate. I'm saying
flag bearer hopeful. Flag bearer hopeful.
Hopeful or no. Oh, yeah. Currently, the national councillor. Okay, so if we say, oh, yeah, immediate past vice president.
Na say obi raise issues say emano an edge over the competitors a den na beka chese nipa no.
Enti yanko yatinko university and influence. Anya possible. Nyini ze obi a je no ho achinye. Obi enim say immediate past vice president. Enti no sa position no why na it me immediate past deputy speaker.
Yeah.
Uso usreo eno. Emma me dibredi and me contemporaries and you said me copre when saying presidential in Libya. Me was faster to know that. Excuse me. And yet new one I may acquire as a result of competition.
That's right. You might be share set time ben poti me mineda.
Remember that by 9 shots.
9 na shots yeah. Okay. Na che say e beto akwanwumre mu.
Yeah, you need that for say first part opening ceremony no. You are pia wunya delegate bia e waka say that say. Pie. Then ka delegates in kwa then vote on the amendments. Yeah.
Na omo ambe pamo
msa. You need that so na say abro so ammo no 9 year. Na obia say so. Ye ni sika ye di second day. Into a preserve Saturday, no. We are near Susu.
9 to 4, no hair, enough time, Mamo.
Tani Susu.
Yo, Openi Wedia, Medas, ye ne in Chirimu, a what the ba. Among 4 busa questions, I hold as to send you Median Shisha Yebeko. Say, Wama, what's son in the memoir, near memoir that ho fine. Bibi Chiri Junior, Wada, my best son, Bopona, Akura, no one sending Comobium. Happy FM, that's it.
That's it.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Openi amene ne kasa ye former first deputy speaker of parliament or sanso a former member of parliament ma Bekwai constituency openi eye honorable Joe Osewusu dodo na freno Joe Wise inti NPP dwumadi ombe ne memene da no ehu hyehye nkomo ena yedie mamema abedwafo akwaba Manuel Jesse atena se Manuel, there is one Manuel Jesse, a regular viewer of our show on Facebook.
Okay.
Manuel Jesse, Manuel Dako, Fachemi White. Oh. And Manuel Jesse, thanks for always watching our show. Until we didn't crack Kamano. That's the beauty of it. Yeah. Manuel Dako, a member of the MPP communications team. Or Sanso, a former TESCON president and Accra Technical University. She say no, why a friend saying and you found them
Happy FM 98.9.
Why more attempt be among the massage people in your parties or more almost maybe or more Godfather. Why Godfather? Yes.
And I council of elder.
Oh, I don't put the more position beside or more Tesco level. And to Godfather.
But your what's your young boys no more Godfather.
And this all crowd do me. Godfather. Accra Technical College, University, former Tescon president. Ocheche no twetwe humanisa. Yes, open national youth organizer, regional youth organizer, constituency youth organizer. No one could papa we are forget. Oh, Mati, Mati pa. Hey, Manuel, would do hine as Yamene.
So Yamene, I didn't know Poloka Crava.
I have Fuchini be Mame Kobunia Bakoso, no so I've missed him. It's been a while. Oba show you so. Koku Mawuli Nanegbe, or a member of the NDC communications team. This is all the school I can't do man hunting. And now her now was Yandia, and now or Chino her now walk through exams. And I think the past 2 or 3 weeks there, it's been exams. Unia, Akwaba.
Happy FM 98.9.
No, I can't hear 4 hours. No, we can make time in. Okay. The lecturer is listening. What's the paper there for? But so our body language, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fam. I can't the market scheme no better so amana.
Okay.
Yeah. It went well. It went well. Yes.
Anyway, tenem commode da ho ye ba be komu sisi abadansa na no me busa semina ben na no podi dware ye. Mame busa hu semina ben na no pa ho di dware ye. Wo a wutie me. Eyo won wase me busa saa. Makọ be fi akohunu. Odi omu na dware.
Happy FM 98.9.
The kind enjoy is atwene ko me hemani. What the powdered soap ni dware. What the semina insuo no force upon sa na. O se we ni pu ahuro kama. O si ni body no anyi so dware, o si body no. To when say nchena body ni nyina twintwam na moamoa because chemicals ye dey ayesa detergent no. A stain remover, a hash. Into both powder soap word, my senior mabon so searching in our pompono. I know shit. I don't know young many pediano. alive soap ene ayama nipadua no saa asɛm na yi na da bia meka ho asɛm kyerɛw sɛ tobi gu fie na fa dware wo ma tobi gu fie na no okrumu so fa nware ema o skin no eye nome ema skin ni timi home yie ifini nkekawa bi e wo honam dua na ni nyina eyi ni nyina nti afitafo a motide dirty oil engine oil grease eye adwuma da bia na mo wedie na ye fi no ohia eye alive soap ema ho so ye hwam isane say yama wo different variety of scents a betimi atwusu afiri mu ya wo lemon de eno say no me recommend ma mo ye nam ho adwuma maame a woton nam ho dwom kankane saa mo no enyan pa na wapon adwuma okodi pa wakoton ko bi atomomone je wakọ akoton wonam awie na wabafie a wonfa semina papa nware ni nyi saa nyenya ni mfiri wo ho wode saa mole semina yi bia nti wo nza okunu ba wonchen wonche wo no wie kro pentam no wakọ akoda fom nkoye ma misrawo alive soap said ye sense na ye de agum no nya lemon ni sei a ye nyan wo ho bie be yi ni nyina de afiri ho no mo misrawo pebi ye woni scent no so ti se coconut eye kube ye woni ne scent so eti se aloe vera ana ye wo the rose variant so wa scent ni ti se rose flower ho ne scent no pepepe eno no sei no eda wo mood ni mu no wo romantic mood ni mu no na wo use rose variant de no esesa ebese na dwen ebese na dwen Joyce kiss ni na mi bie ma wo no o de wo ya no abeta wo na wo hwe na wo sero si bibi mi ma kiss wa ha ebetwudi sunsan no aboka soap we betimi agye ka na ma wo soap we begye apartment na ma wo ebese na dwen fa bi dware na wenye hunhum asem wo sa wo di soap ni dware a da bi enye hunhum asem na meka we meka ne science agye atum scent bi wo ho a uplift mood esesa mood me I love perfumes pa me te perfume a ehwam a me wura ho sedien me buafu sedien me melancholic sedien unza se to de bia se wo ye moody ba wo hu ade potien how opa I'm giving you the solution today. Get a very good fragrance and smell it. Nasa my door I say my moody ba me hu ade potien ha me smelly bibi e good mood ne be sesa. I'm telling you, alive soap bema wo mood asesa. Grab an alive soap today from any shop near you and feel the difference. Alive soap, yes, you feel fresh, feel alive. Mamen ko Dr. Zeng deodorant eso ene kra bi wo mumotom enya asma ka meka se behwia he en oba behwia so a obeka se bibia de wadie mami bi to mami bi Dr. Zeng deodorant sa deodorant enya wo regular one na yede alcohol agumu wodi yo motom na motom ayetum wo sha singlet a ye ka we ko to na wodi we ko to utimi mount saso okọ asori dem na ye worship yes lift up your hands to bless the Lord wash and satie utimi nye na wayo nsani say ya utimi peja won safu because obotom nyina yetum o regular deodorant no sa na ye wo esisi omoto mu ntokro ni nyina nti emma mfifire no entimi flow naturally wase deodorant we de o use a omoto mu ye dry onti mfifire na wo mfifire ni nyame na boyo your skin must breathe near Dr. Zeng be ya ma woni say emma omoto mu pulse na wo ho no ehome naturally na enka de bra enya de abeti bi wo ho ontenka ena we no nso no manuel ne ekumi wo we hu ni say mo kai one time premium payment NHIS we one time use for 7 days
FM 98.9
no we would the year moto mu a it last for 7 days anadwo a wo koda na yusu okay wadware wi anadwo na okoda no nti wo mpa adware anadwo a wonka ho se o pese o experience so dia start pa adware anadwo wo me ne o kasai na okwa wadware wi no na wape Dr. Zengi e wo sachet mu
okay
enye roll-on nibi e wo sachet mu wo te sachet ba ko a na wo hwe gu nsam na de ayo mutum wo te sachet ba ko na wo hwe gu nsam ba ko na de ayo mutum koda wo be dware agu so anopa wi anwumre 7 days e wo ho inti we no kra me ka say economical e last so more inti uni skakra de beto roll-on sana wo we a we no uyusu a wonamu a 7 days
true
ansa no asa bete ba akokura yusu nti wo regular deodorant ne be sano na we wo ho on se na tie no ha na ne ye me de ne se we alcohol nim yemfa hash scent bia fragrance bia ngumu obi perfume misi perfume obi roll on baka se tunale echen natural body odor no kra eno so ani mfifire ne frage ne asem na say kra enti no we no eye natural extracts from flower bia ye frɛ no Eugenia chlorophyll flower and I atwe emunsuo no e de aye Dr. Zeng deodorant se ne nkofo bu agusuo no me eye me wanwampo na wo twɛn deɛn wo pɛ bia ohun me metuufo se bia wa wie school foforo wo pɛ adwuma ne maaye university graduate SHS graduate wo fa bia obeso boa wa ka che ne se ofa boa me na me nkotu Dr. Zeng deodorant na me fa nko campuses na me nkoton because omo no mo ye active omo team fifire ni ade koba da bia omo botom nso nya da bia omo kokototo deodorant na wo fa boa na wakopa bia obetimi kra start with one box na odi akọ hall to hall na waton nkakranka ekopa opebi so go shop mu so I may advise you because ekopa and na personal use so there wa wani tua ebejo enti ni nyina no Dr. Zengi upeno dodo atu afa number si ma me na hye ne nso obefrɛ ana obe WhatsApp 2 ni open me say ya me pe chatting pa na call e mani ha ti me chat a ana se me pe bia no ana se ma send WhatsApp message obe send it to 0544 767691 Mrs. Subiem 0544 767691 ana 0599 032 5599 0599 032 5599 obetimi so follow mo on all social media handles on Facebook at Pure on YXGH, Instagram at Pure NYX Ghana, TikTok at Pure NYXGH, and Snapchat and so at Dr. Zeng. Dr. Zeng, yes, stay fresh, stay natural, and stay pure. Dr. Zeng Natural Deodorant, yes, stay pure and stay sustainable.
EpaHoaDaben ti sinupi na nokre eye baako pe.
Ablekuma North edapono so ayedi ho nkomo say the conversation around violence ekoso na no fiada de enya de betwa eneya because eyade na eni enyan yedi ho nkomo ene awie na awie nso menya ntie se MPP candidate Ablekuma North the Honorable Akuafriye de achopa akoma the National Executive Committee of NPP also a patch also will party ne mraso party ne ka so ma enya de ombekọ Ablekuma North abato no and so o defy orders no and our call wakọ neck meeting akopa sa acho no ewo ho. I don't know what this means but ibedi ho nkomo na yabo eho enkomo na yahwe dwumadi a eda NPP amanyoko no enimu memene de eda yenimu and the amendments awodo a womo ekwakohwe na womo aye ewo wono constitution
EpaHoaDaben 98.9
His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama at the directive biaba the directive when say government appointees are womoje fuel petrol egu omo ka mu fi aban ho no wetwa saade ni mu nti government appointee bia wo abeto wankasa petrol wa diesel wa fuel e de egu ka mu na wo de akọ e de aba na ebi nso busa se na me kwa ko performing official duty den na me amesan bo eye me ho ka ene ese me kọ na contractor no ma me fuels ka dia wo se meje because official duty na mba ba me bo official duty ho ka na obi be so masene dia ene ese be so musa is it not recipe for compromise in some instances ana ene me bo be ho na mpesem compromise o ase me ya we say president say ma ofu obi ene na ma package gbofu envelope kakraka pa me se fa kotofu hey boy
Happy FM
koku amesha say free ho obesha say free fuel allocation ban na
yeah ehona na me sha say free bibi ma me nchia
EpaHoaDaben
etiefo ni ahefo
Emmanuel ni etiefo ni producers
yeah
wo ma me commend o man penyi John Dramani Mahama ye ka say or Western North ni thank you to no and then I wadun Western North
okay
oda among for nas fa bato no ma me bona baso so e wo directive na odi bato abontin say fuel allocation no ye twemu u check here onya konya no in fact the directives be by in fact bakufa DSTV subscription any near kaka ho because baby I want a come and people aja no bibi enye kakitua
I see
so says anyama no e wo ho a na ese yetua sa aka no na oman no so utua na wo bobi gumu nti no so wantwa mu de ne na akoye ka bibre na baby I want so no ye woniema bibre a ese ye as like a bind is program bi a dia ba see no fees stress school nkoda omura university omo anya admission first year omo admission fees aban ba betua na nya ade e wo ho dada uhie sika de aye na ye check so
aban ba betua sa aban tua
but okay me can no ebi mu wo half na omo so mu ye omo registration ti first 15,000 ni de ye tua but ye anticipation is a number no a chance some are still registering na make an and so far we've spent about 300 million Ghana cedis on that. I feel we
ebi nso sesika na wo manya no e fa less than a car wo bo admission no a colleague of mine currently GIJ or say owura mu no ne cowboy about 3,500
okay
but sika ban release here near about 2,000 I think it's a little it's shy of about 500 cedis and sana as soon as sika no but the difference no a problem kakrama wo mo
that is very well noted one will say we no promise we no your consultations will be
okay
about the fees but I say variations our fees no more
okay
inti nearby and say or tia about average visa about 3,000 all first year students are public schools
okay
but and the government is still engaging
okay
because a person who the real cost to me absorb cover amount for baby and so bakwa near workers say no and I'm sure your idea is to pick it up so that we'll be able to work on it until you address here now quite comprehensive say you no preoccupy some FHD but so that
the first payment gives you an insight
exactly
Emma or subsequent payment no betimi hunu the average amount
exactly until sana beko and like I've said there are some other registrations ongoing now. Almost releases bebe actually. We are no free who NHIS. In fact, the past 8 years under J for normal copy NHIS. Now sika omudima NHIS was only about 30% of the entire money. But mampenyi ba no wa decopy any wa uncopy NHIS we no levy no. I feel we inquire over 10 billion Ghana cedis. Na no so no na di dialysis care
aka ho no.
Ade aka ho. Nti oni omo kidney problem. Kidney we
so dialysis care there nanado ya answer no sorry so.
Oh, bibi.
But I mean the point is that it is an additional cost.
Yes, but when we say
also mo risk na mo dey.
No, omo share boss omo ba be.
Omo implement here. I ran several interviews on
it. Yes, me wa table bu no e ho na me ko tie asem no yesi anu a ye de bobuzia no
enye no na edi tu
ha omo ka asem no sa election ba every around December na and omo ye hyehyɛ se ekosi December 31st anu no ento aso biem
and after December
that was all the arrangement they had.
Omo intua dialysis for
no.
Oh really?
So we check here, in fact we February cry no mo share say agitate.
Okay.
And so, and it's because it has to be about funding. That's why I buy Bible for Tiscano, young copy NHI, we no living no. And I say 10 billion.
So you are making a case for expenditure cuts in our president.
Exactly. Say, yes, yes, I buy no. We nursing training students, teacher training student allowance be from President Kufuor arrears. President Kufuor Abreso. But when Mampenyi buy a match, you tuama and sana near every January, time 6 months we so no ya babe tuama and all those things require funding. Yeah, a buying kasa anye sacrifices, appointees na anye sacrifices are to me and taking care of all these costs. Into now check here. Mampenyi say ministers or reduce numbers no up to about 60. Why? So that
ministries in Ankasa.
Ministries and so yes.
EBF ho anodi bi akeka bom.
Exactly. And also near yatumia your savings nibi. Nti nyama say no. And one curious thing, you see, who as a buying and our president, you cannot be telling Ghanaians say tighten your belts. Now who buying who presidents no appointees no, you are not tightening your belts. I could say no like an insult to the people of Ghana. So when you are telling them to tighten their belts, as a government, you also have to do same.
Okay.
But we know directive now about and no. Let's say church mukakra.
But church mu.
Nyewo muni say we are appointee. Ebi as Minister of Roads and Highways.
Yeah.
Upese uko Tamale. Ebi a road projects bi wo ho. Upese uko ho. Eho no akoye say a operation a uko.
Official duty.
Official duty. Inti anu fuel ni de dibema wo. Inti bebia ubeko aye official duty operation bi adwuma bia ubeko akoye aye define ni de. A operational cost a ebema fuel. But here more fuel you can't explain ya udi koye. You understand? As a minister, you feel say you are driving to a place
private engagement.
Yes. And you know sometimes can discretion or coupons and nyama so you can go and feel. But sanya manuna penino episode
coupons
also you have to official assignment. You have to indicate
na transport department here fuel available.
So that your mileage will cover what you are going to do, so that your track here near to me track here. And then but enkonye send ya sorry na akofili for na akọ obi ko sitting ni girlfriend. Ana okoye na dia okoyi na ye from but official duty ukoye juma ye official duty there no ye the phone bro
obi to say minister. I'm wondering how you can strike the difference between your official duty and a private engagement. I mean oye minister sign MP as MP okoye no constituency abetima ka say official duty.
No, but say you be file logbook no say you should be able to track constituency no what is there. Maybe as a minister of education, maybe a road way, maybe a school block construction project being also now also go inspect here. Ebia for quantity one state for quantity award no but who be sana? I'm sure it will be struck out. It wouldn't be taken care of. So, but and this thing, a lot of engagement has gone into it.
Okay.
I mean, for these cost-cutting measures. Now, who say, "Never we want to me anya." A can I walk as a Yutiano and to me, ama. Sikani yanye bi the developmental project.
Na me entertaining the fear say ebetimi ama some of these appointees are compromised. I don't know how you address that because say ubinim say minister enya fuel allocation bi mu a metimi de no I entice say ni panana. I mean the potential say obi betimi use no their compromise when e o ma 50,000 Ghana cedis say with the fuel crana or the dinner to source fuel until no matter the quantity or the amount, you know, what the wadi fuel, but a sika ultimately they compromise.
Yeah, baby, say, oh, Obiama 50,000 Ghana cedis said for fuel. Now, who him so ya appointee? Oh, one who code of conduct, we kratana or manpenny, Adia Shawunsa. Say I didn't a gift cry as a would declare because you are an appointee, you are a minister. You are more gift cry out to ask tax. One declare. Na udia show say a babontia wow say wijuma. That is the reality about it. Mpa na obe say mo obi ante.
Okay.
But a babontia chire you will be hot. And wow open year no and now you don't want to have issues.
Yeah,
ebia nipa no yes I don't cry bia or the trap bia or ya na so nim. So you have to be careful about these things because when and check you'll be exposed. So and I'm sure the ministers themselves, I mean, will be careful about some of these things. And I love it. The last time, one of your colleagues, Fred Duo, was your China.
Okay.
Now, almost program be movie and also laptop be ato.
Okay.
Now China for girls be almost on like they took him around. And where they went, like it was a distance.
Okay.
Like he wanted to tip them. And China girl no say, hey, like they don't entertain those things. Say, oh no, you have helped me. I want to know. Until I see at least they were holding a boy now. This cartoon. Immediately, those young girls, I'm going to report him almost superiors.
Wow.
Say, yeah, like, you new call shop or cotton, your mind or chase canning. Say he was surprised. So, and I'm related to Ghana. Say, Uncle Ghana had you here.
Now, one year,
you understand. So, and they were so impressed about the way things are going there, and that is how it must be.
But they have achieved that level of discipline and compliance because it is part of the educational system.
Exactly.
You're imbibing them it's easy to carry the society along. But we are only appealing to Nkofo. There's no conscious effort say shada think or resisted bribe on this animal.
And no, a big problem, and it's an issue we need to confront. Midi Manusi was, you know, like, we cannot do anything about it. But enforcement. But like you have said, what the Chinese have done, we also have to find a way around it.
Catch them young.
Yeah. Because it's the way forward.
Mano Dako, I mean, on this cost-cutting measure for President Mahama Diaba. 4 allocations, the government appointees, henceforth, kaput.
All right, baby. Me da sini akonya odi ama me and me di nchi aso nko de ma Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia. Ene ne ho ka fo Hajia Samira na no pay. Atiki Akubu ewie sorry. Atiki Akubu si OTA ye. So incoming national youth organizer into ono so be di nchi aso nko.
Manganchiro.
Ene Mandela we afi.
Okay, youth organizer.
Greater Accra mebunu de ya gbe se Nyankopon ya adoma. The next youth leader there, say Mandela Riafe and our own dear kind. Into also we are made in Chia demand. Bibi Michiao,
Mejosunia, you must do the way.
Yamian made in Chasuma, Koku, and every person make clean your mobile community be the issue of the food, the issue of food on the so. Miyaku mentioned the issue of free academic user fee. Our crowd prompting is a bit more they scared the more cry.
No stress fee. No fees stress.
Yes.
That's a mouthful, eh?
And the one is on this academic user fee.
Fees come with stress. So
it's true. You see that but that part of stress, say no free stress.
No
fee
stress.
But process of film now is stressful. Yes.
What would you be our tribe?
Because first of all, you need to open an account with GCB Bank. Into any account or what?
It's a big deal.
A big deal. What am I? Let me make up see.
Okay.
A point be.
All right.
My etias here the way our omode fees on be to my student no cry. Ye mponi enim say nanka before omobenyo omo admission na omo be hwa admission no so no omo discana eden e de amomo ba ehu ne sa omo so omo nko bie GCB Bank GCB account omo wi a they should also go through a process of application. Omoko apply for that particular no fees stress. No, omoko apply now criteria be so they didn't outline that particular criteria. So into one fall under the criteria, unim say whether me fall and answer me fall there.
What criteria?
That was what was stated in your can. So we report we can say. They brought out a communique. Time no more say omoko apply for from students loan. Omo the communique be by say there is a particular criteria, but they didn't outline the criteria. It is a me apply. First of all, I need to go and create a bank account. Say me ni bi or say me co create. Me we are. I was say me ba ebe apply, and then they say we be your criteria be your. Or my BSO and chairman that particular criteria.
But so fill form now.
Yes.
So criteria be or
yes.
A questions are able to information for no passes for the criteria they're looking for. First of all, so indeed who admission.
Well level 100 no.
First of all, or say when you admission to a university.
Yes.
Of course our career must be stated. Who age, who dean, who Ghana card uploading.
Okay. What's right now? We are all assuming the particular criteria. I said they're okay.
So for fill forms.
But so say obey that criteria be so the amount.
Which criteria?
They should have that's it. That's the question I'm also asking.
No.
The criteria ben na obey say
we haven't seen it.
So OBI apply for your BBI.
I need to see that
outline. Yes, you outline criteria was saying enya. So that I don't assume say media may fail no pay. Any criteria for me to get the man. BB, I don't know whether you understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm following you.
Yes. 18 I can also more outline say when na ibejina so the amount.
That be qualifier.
Thank you. Now, say see on Kwalom level 100, they are getting close to 200,000 across universities because one might say a private phone in Ensabekbi. Close to 200,000. It's also the any deal, because from the beginning,
they are including private universities.
And he also was
no, don't be this.
They were very specific.
They were not specific.
Okay.
Bibi, wouldn't
public universities.
Okay. Omoka public universities, Bibi. First of all, my say technical universities and Kahon. And then if you allow me, when you I was just quiet. I listened to Pablo on one of friends Join News or program. I'm Obeka say technical universities and count. Where you can say training colleges and count. Later, Sami Jenfi ebaye Ebeka say ni na count. This fact I there is no clear cut path. The whole thing yentias. Senior Memano, already we have close to 200,000 students in level 100. Well, my 15,000 so far. Send a most yes, my 15,000. But if you have 200,000, close to 200,000 students in level 100, now you've been able to just offer 15,000. It's just a drop in an ocean.
Let me give you an update.
Okay.
The president, on his thank you tour Western region, just announced, said the finance minister, has been directed to release 25 million Ghana cedis in addition to the 15 to defray the rest of a year Sika or some of them are first year students.
Okay.
That's news coming in. Yes.
Okay, so what they can find say if 15 million no say here no, about 15,000 into you can say the additional one is better can say 20, can say in all 35,000. If say drop it there 35,000 students out of close to 200,000 students. BB it's just a drop in an ocean. So the rest of the students, one be take or more fees, etia. Because promise and more promise. You can't say not promise. I'm say free senior high school. Because free senior high school, you don't need to apply for anything. Already, schools, any the number of nkofwa or mafa. It's a new so editiama students, Right now, say if no you really wanted to implement this policy, unim school bia. I want a number of level 100 for You take that particular number, you audit, you cross-check. Say maybe Akratenka University or Mafa level 100, maybe 5,000. Therefore, I'm paying 5,000.
But Udim say no course biane ehoka.
But I almost say no stress free, no fee stress. Mama yanti say maybe you have this percentage at their mamo. Mama say when the children are going to level 100, mama whether it is you can say say whose fees so ain't me to there be the promise was clear. So once I win admission equal level 100
now on the issue of criteria now my core students loan trust fund for website.
Okay.
Now edaha also terms and conditions.
Okay.
These terms and conditions govern the use of the no fees stress application portal, which provides eligible students with access to financial support from the government of Ghana through the Students Loan Trust Fund.
Yeah.
By using this portal, you acknowledge and certify that one, you are a certified that you are a first-year student pursuing an accredited program in a public tertiary institution in Ghana. 2, you will provide accurate and complete information during registration, including personal and academic details. 3, your information will be shared with the National Identification Authority. 4, for disbursement purposes, you consent to the creation of a bank account with Ghana Commercial Bank. 5, you may be requested to provide documentary evidence of the information provided in this application. And then it goes on to talk about the other criteria about data protection.
Okay.
So is this not clear in terms of criteria?
They gave out a communique.
Yeah, but when you go to their website, this is there.
But if I was very clear. Say, issue a communique, you should be very clear about it. Said this and this because when I'm sure you're reading from the website.
From their website?
Yes. And my submission is they issued a communique.
Yes. And then said terms and conditions apply. More or less criteria be or
there will be a criteria.
Okay.
It's that they didn't outline that particular criteria in the that was
because they know that when you are ready to apply,
yes.
Website
you see, that makes the whole thing stressful.
Really?
Yes.
Bibo, now what's your commercial?
Yeah.
MTA commercial or terms and conditions apply.
Mama
or catch her say and she said be or what won't be or commercial with
thank you.
But all your what you said
maybe you go find the kind of terms and conditions, No,
but in this case,
in this case, I don't want to create. I just want to write how many people and the kind terms and conditions. Do you know why?
Tell me.
They see it as stressful. Almost every number but it's factual.
But what call Students Loan Trust Fund for website?
Bakoho, yes.
How stressful is that?
No, I'm saying, what you issued a communique concerning this whole Students Loan Trust Fund. And then I want outlining this whole, you can say, requirements there. So that applying himself, whether I qualify or not, you pay the name of the whole thing. No fee stress.
Say Oko Omo website.
Yes.
The first thing you see, students, I can say no fees stress application.
Yes.
hona on the interface na
yes
emao sa criteria ya ubu say
yes
enti anya afi na akwa hwehwe
bibi me point ka ya beti me advance me say me point in say communicate no mu issue here concerning this whole
enti osanka ne meka
outline everything say we ube pass we na new way na me makan na no ano no bibi
me ba communicate no pa he na be kan.
Thank you, and they make it the whole thing stressful. Bibi, communicate. What is the man by the whole? Bibi, meet you.
Communicate, no.
Bibi, meet you.
Very limited people, and they bring access to that state.
Thank you.
But Obia or person will apply for SAD will be able to call website.
If you don't even know,
call website to what? That criteria either.
If you don't even get a communicate, how will you even know? Say government is saying this because student loan and the issue that particular communicate to let students know say also apply for a particular scholarship. This clearly shows say the government is not even committed to that particular promise because one, the students are mu person mutia or mu fees mom are very limited. Just a drop in an ocean. No cry, Bibi. Media not to the issue of sacrifice. He mentioned so the president has sacrifice for 60 ministers BBN no cre mampenia for 60 ministers both ministers and deputies but what can you should also mention say government is not just about the ministers it goes beyond ministers oko baby NIA before John Mahama mampeni beba government not there were the head nepe but our two deputies meboa oko baby to say Ghana there was circle with every time be a refi
Accra Digital
Center. No money deputy, but no more deputy. And you can go on and on and on. So many you can say, oh, why not? And say, Koku, you can say, Mo Peter Boamo Tukuno, director of the agriculture, our presidency,
agribusiness,
agriculture, agriculture can say agribusiness can hold the beginning on agriculture. It's been say ye could do a for Jubilee House, the NDA
presidential advisor on agriculture and agribusiness.
Yes, also a minister of state. Meboa, our in charge of agriculture. Meboa,
your sector minister.
Yes, and the Asafa Obisu or
presidential
advisor on say
agriculture and agribusiness.
Thank you. Creation need the aside ministers need the I know they but beyond the ministers now. There are so many portfolios are creating. Siphoning more from the state. Okay. Because what's the ministries in this one? Bibi, at the end of the day, in all these ministries, they are still there. They are still the payroll. Baby, I do a few penny minister and the all these ministers were members of almost 80% of them were members of parliament.
But that's what the constitution says.
Yes, and then already the constitution says it should be more than 50%. But now
one must ceiling or say majority should come from ministers must come from it. Like that means majority 50%. More than 50%.
50%, yes. And because Akufo-Addo there now almost we share crowd 80%. No more members of parliament. And you already know they were on the payroll. It's now CKBN one extra.
You're on a payroll of what? Parliament?
Of government.
Yeah. But say as MP and minister, you choose which salary you want to take.
But
and every right thinking person will take the one that is.
I've had the opportunity to engage some Say, I think the second term of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, almost all Obiano sector minister or parliamentarian non take the salary of a minister not sticky to that of the MPs. I've engaged some of these people, and that's the information that I have.
Okay, but that's information we cannot verify.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the information that I have. So that's what I'm giving. So automatically, government, the people of government, even though they had that 100 and something ministers, now
it's fuel ban no say enye correct na.
The way infano.
Fuel
make about besio say Akufo didn't make so much expenses. Go and take your budget because at the end of the day you look at the budget. Today more reducing ministers but your budget for saying department, agency and ministries around 80 something billion. 80-something, 81 billion there about.
Compared to what?
Compared to 78 billion or so under Akufo-Addo last year. So if you've reduced your ministries, if you look at them and say, what's your buying so? By your budget exceeds that of your predecessor, then what's the essence of reducing ministers? Because you are spending more. You are spending more. Therefore, what's the essence?
That's why maybe he's cutting on all of these fuel on the other day to balance.
But the fuel or not say autism no. Yes, and yes, yeah, to swam bibia when you might say communicate from Shamima Muslim, or she made a statement. 3 News are reporting. Or see, fuel will be provided to appointees for regulated official travels. It's a ban on you can say fuel say you just want say obi enya fuel, but they will give it to a bit more unofficial. It's how will you measure say me the koye dwa? You say in pakona filling the tank ne. Oh, and then they are dwuma. So that means or kofia or fambre dwuma. Oh, to be fanko baby or peko baby also taking a new vehicle. Thank you. Also taking a new vehicle. Now no to onankasa di nisika etogumu anase de. Whoa. When I say, and these young guys, most of the time, when they do so many things, they don't plan into it very well. Optics, no, air more day.
Because a bit me about me cook kufuridia.
Yes.
Official duty. I'm about me tank ma.
Yeah.
Me ba. Ne akano.
Happy FM.
It's me to come ye.
Yeah. That's a question.
It's me to come a party.
Yes.
Na se gumika ni mu na official car no so na me de koba there. How is Aban saving money? Because fuel ni Aban toy no. But they are official duty away.
Exactly.
But the account so I allocate am me amitimi de kofi. Intimate fa baby fufuro koye me niema. Is Aban really saving money ana?
Yes. That's the question that we need to ask.
Okay.
But when he said this is not something new. Under Akufo-Addo, COVID by Aban Jumayefo ni nyina omoti omo salary so by 30% from the president to the last appointee of the government.
Intenya Aban Jumayefo government
appointees. The omampeni yes. Obiatine salary so by 30%.
Upachire beneficiaries of winner takes all.
So by 30%.
Okay.
And then fuel allocation omote so by 50%. Yet the fuel allocation by 50%.
98.9.
While salary.
So, all question how this would work.
Exactly.
How did you achieve 50%?
Because we didn't tell you, say, we've scrapped it. But if you are scrapping it, you scrap it in totality. It makes sense.
Because there are companies be more official car, but
exactly. So I say my if you cry, it makes sense. Say Akufo-Addo say my 50%, you can really calculate and say what if 50% if so. But say okay say but say okoye aban dwuma bi dia ye de be mawa mentias ye because me free aban dwuma na that's the only vehicle I me wo as be say me come visit me ma bi ana say papa bi a ana ye bi say na o kan you ana say wedding bi oni politicians they be every weekend be is a very omoye adwuma weekend that's saying the omoye you can say during the weekdays you know how will you be able to measure say or you sue for government adwuma and say or you sue for me I believe say the president should come back again with this particular you can say decision and then any other decision so mu take bia now make you the issue of stress free no see omutua the first one now and be more clear picture on the way forward. I believe say you spent 8 years in opposition. There are some things I was saying kamuhu. You have data. You need to have the data. You had people. Lecturers. Almost in so many positions. You had the right to information. As Yera John Dramani Mahama, opposition leader. Come me out to all these agencies. So I need the data. And a bit inform your promise. A bit inform as well. Catch your Ghana for, but you don't brush away data. Just make promises. Now, oba afena oba beshe the way you go by it. Ebanesa, it's money looky say you just said something for power, but you don't really mean it. Me that say.
My main come for messages on the about Facebook. I was just say by Fubi Kukumu no.
SK Frimpona Broker said, hey, everything the NPP implemented, yet the country was declared junk. We, I know they laughing emoji, akahon. And the man for whom I mentioned your name, Manuel Jesse, was joining me, I was showing so live on Facebook, because say, hey, BB, let Manuel speak. When the NDC man was speaking, you were enjoying it. Ayo, Adribreo. But SK from Broker Bemano a response to that. Now, he continues to say, so because it's NDC doing their thing, you are not comfortable as NPP member. See how you are exhibiting ignorance this afternoon. Hey, skin pimpa. Martin Ashagbo, SA NPP and gendarme. Sa. Potassium one say, Manuel, stop the lies. There is nothing like criteria prohibiting tertiary students in level 100 from acquiring no fees, stress money. If you have nothing to say, you should keep quiet.
But we so okay. Criteria no. So there is nothing like criteria, but so what kind
of criteria no. But what's some decided into no financial communicate?
Hey, no, that's my problem.
What kind of communicate now? Open loan now cause website to what? It's the first thing you see. So omunya convoluted statement beto abontia
and sana. Don't come clear. But because I cram muntia.
Okay. Potassium one said Manuel as follower of Baumia has nothing positive to offer Ghanaians. They shall remain in opposition forever. Bibi, how can any serious political party sideline its first ever president and allow people like JFK, Abronye, Nanabi, Mustafa Salam, Jennifer Queen, Afenyo Makin, Richard Ahiagba, and Miracles Abwaje as frontliners and expect to win power? Just compare them to the great NDC leadership, and you will see a very big gap. Big, you know, emphasis. Because what should be I-G, and not the gap, no, account. Or say hashtag party no gu kwata kwata, hashtag opposition afebo. But he has received a response from Charles York. Or say hallucination is allowed. And he comes back to say amnesia syndrome activated. Hey, Facebook for Francis Tete say I'm watching you live from Atrokpe. Where is that? Ana Atrokpe. Seth Antobam say or Nidimba Akoye breastfeeding. Also, good afternoon, Bibi. I'm enjoying the great show. I thank President Mahama for cancelling all the full allocation to appointees. And Osanso Tuaswa, or say, okay, I think you repeated that message. Mensa Zak said, Bibi, have you heard about the Igbo self-imposed king who said they have bought 50 acres of land in Pram Pram to establish Igbo state in Ghana? Let's wake up. This Igbo who Canada me the be pim hwa men kan opeso hu aba Facebook abetimi akan wa de ha de ani aka men kan. But sa Igbo king asem we no, may I blame our leaders so. This guy has important pictures and videos with prominent decision makers in this country across the political divide, including journalists. We're seeing for Ahine.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Ghana. What bonko politicians dia froma ba akonya ma wo mo aye big ceremony e de o masi akonya so, including some journalists.
That's serious.
And no amabontin. But missing the year you may be, I am gathering a lot of material on him in terms of such functions now. Why you know? Na me yini na politician by politician. We are no busa Ghana for say na eye mo wan wase say nipa we say wo ye kingdom woni memu ana. Mo mpanimfo no kokoto no. Omo kokoto e mo de ne nsato wo mo so. Na won recognize no so your hene we ye den kokoto no mo de ne nsato wo so. Na ne wo so wo ye ne kingdom amusu.
Iboni.
We the son of treasures in
fact for the past 3 weeks the news there
no. Masawudu Kumase Bantama said the interior minister should give us a break. You are a minister the fact that you're a minister doesn't mean you are smart enough to deceive the ordinary Ghanaians. The Ablekuma North election violence was orchestrated and deliberately sidelined security agencies and instead deployed its own operatives to take control of the electoral environment. Regards to former KMA boss Sampine. Comenza Pillar 2 said the 6 months of NDC government has demonstrated poor vision, less leadership, too much talk, no action. Massa, Kasatintin Toponko, fix your promise. Anyway, regards to Honorable Danyame, Nesta Kwetia MP hopeful. Sir, Paul Amenosoji said NDC is the best experience ever for the future of Ghanaians. NPP never again. Ose Ayuko, fantastic. Yeah, I say, Bibi, good afternoon. The directive by the president to cut down appointees' fuel allowance is a perfect decision. The ordinary Ghanaian cannot be buying fuel for someone whose capacity of buying it himself is not in doubt. And JDM has demonstrated that. God bless President Mahama. As for the National Problematic Party, NPP, they should stop dreaming about the Akwetia by-election because NDC is going to win. It's simple. Piaga says, say no to Doomsaw levy. Good afternoon, Bibi. Thanks variously for contributing to our conversation. Other matters are so the New Patriotic Party, Congress, na Omakoye constitutional amendments are withdraw. Proposals be brain amount for the aba. Omususu party need to mebebua party no. Na party ne so oma bane any form of campaign dia will be person babeye ewo ho ebehwe no ne fa Ablekuma North in Kambo Mproko na fe Manuel, I'll start with you on that one.
All right, but Bibi, before me bend so we may take it some few seconds be na me dia
nanka wo reactions
and the 1 minute
but now bomb
Mama no 2 minutes now often clear sane man so that we don't go back
exactly oh say na Manuel say the criteria be a bewura I'm stressful. I really don't get to the point because Bibi, the only thing Ubeka and say ya catch a school so be a bank account, but I don't see any stress related. You understand? But we know one say first,
the two school accounts in the straight.
Students loan. Well, in our time, just students loan. Massa.
Students loan.
Students loan.
So I think.
Sir, you have to open an account. Yes. You have to open a bank account.
Now, would you now go to school? That's a consolidated fund.
That's will be a bank account. Now, one was a way no. A group of now. Government was contemplating.
Me and Chowe.
Yes, say sikana yedi no fee stress kano. Yentua schools no like yentua ema schools no. But akoyen say some of the students have already paid.
Yeah.
So if they have paid, you have to refund.
Yes.
Reimburse. Now we are reimburser. Nipa no on your accounter. Then now we are you going to do a tabletop? Now tabletop payment no grab no and yes safe. That's the thing. Now you catch almost a moon be a bank account. So the money goes into that bank account. There is nothing stressful. Yes, there is nothing stressful about this. School gonna so no one will say registration. Oh yeah, well, students no. Yeah, you are right. Yes. At all. I agree with you perfectly. But Niaomuni say school for no. Yes, students and school for no. Yeah. So no. Di Portanuba Bonteno. Nioma register at that time near 15,000.
Okay.
And because that we yes. So that when we had that 15,000, decision is into because almost 12 school fees no they are anticipating say because I buy a promise. And I dey to so ma obi nkoye say ebia government is not committed. Omampenyi ko pure Eastern region Kofodia somewhere last week or last 2 weeks. Why sign your indication no say what your school fees and one admission I feel we in dia you stand to benefit. And one interesting thing is a bit more any admission January. Awaiting results, no. they got admission in January. Now almost September year, and almost first year September. No, almost never. My penny say more January. You are part of it. Okay. Training colleges are enjoying it. Technical universities are enjoying it. Any traditional universities, no, they are all part of it. And so ma obi be create misconception bia or ase we no problem bia.
So called buy nursing training abeji.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Buy some allowance every month.
Well,
anyway,
we need to streamline it because
I mean, what we
say, President Mahama in 2016, UCC or Kokai said he was prepared to put his presidency on the line. And but that is what the students want.
Okay.
So yeah, and only there is an issue we need to look at holistically.
NPP and
Debbie America say NDC is not consistent with the decisions. This is from Clementa Park. Where Clementa Park? And let me read this. I'll say
when.
This is date, but let me give you the date.
It was
19th April 2025.
Okay.
This is what he said. Deputy Education Minister Clement Apa has revealed that first-year university students will no longer receive direct refund under the government no-fee stress. He explained that the fund would be credited toward their second-year tuition fee.
Well, but the latest is that...
The latest is... So, thank you. So what we say, one particular policy, inconsistency, also. Therefore, you confuse the kind of beneficiary. That was what we are trying to say.
Now you're confused and I say
because first of all, right now, go to every university. What the topic here?
Congress here,
yes. Bibi, nyakupo ya duma MPP on Memeneda that Saturday. Ye kwa yenshimu die na adwenkyerɛ nkrɔfoɔ de abrɛ party mpanyinfoɔ enam ye mra pona ye de bo MPP ho ban no ebi mo de proposal aba say yensesa baabi na yenhwɛ na wo hwɛ so a MPP mu no friends National Delegate Conference no eno na ye the high decision making body into such proposal no ye pɛ ye mra no e wo say ɛhɔ ne kɔ na omukɔ gitum be de wo so omugitum omagiatum be de omudwen say da bi my engine to muno and no so my den no ma baguna MPP afa ne ntoma pefra we nyina kwan a ye fa so ne ye dey rebuild ye kan say MPP amanyoko no yakwa election in 2024 ya be experience a very huge defeat. Therefore going forward no I was saying who say ya toto nyoma ye say yakopon ya doma wo hwe NDC omo amembo omubuni dem a very clear sign say see etime etoto ye nyoma ye ewo fia 2028 there ebeye MPP da. This how it starts. The delegate conference ye kwani ye kwa settle bibia woni eye ora Joyce ekasa ya mo acheche the way forward and your mom person or mukoye munina. Just wait and then yenhwe at the end of the day the beba out no at the ombeke bia ye party madie ye besom na ye dwania making sure say at the end of the day the elephant remains the winning symbol. Now coming to Ablekuma North, me ankasa whatever happened there na me expect it because ye nim crofo ye new model. That's the National Democratic Congress. But whenever they are making this the whole conversation almost say a DABC here I also West Wogo into say CBB say dia enye hwe say me one of them go share on one of the radio stations no kaso dia ye nya akum sindi esha but unim whenever they refer the whole situation to Ayawaso West no mu research chireponi bi ebesi talents bi ebaye no mu research akwetie bi ebaye eti we bi so ye den ebaye not sad de we nyina under the National Democratic Congress bro MPP eno na ma MPP for edu pese da bi ye de ho to a police for so ma they are not helping us. Therefore my yambo ye ho ban ene ko raise this kind of bodyguard bulldogs for the invisible forces, Delta forces. Our mutimi so begida party nechi e making sure say a G to me in 2016.
Hoda etiwa echiro bibi kakra.
Omo che bibi kakra no. at the end of the day, Crawford to me at the about power. But you know when did I always say this.
My boys, you know.
You know when did you cry? And they've deserted the party.
I catch you for no.
They own him. At the end of the day, they deserted the party. And at the year penalty yakoshia. But I don't blame the previous government because not the whole thing is let's put all these aside and focus on the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Let's put our hopes in the Ghana Police Service. But what happened in Ablikumanov, no Kramayati, as yes, there be, especially for a party in opposition, to say MPP, you can't put your trust in the police service. At least, Wangasa ho bambo, they say having helped those who help themselves. So I say Wangasa ho bua, udi kain ebua ho, no suro so ide, edi abua. I just pleaded with these people, our people, the Delta Force, Invisible Force, Burger Bulldog, Kandahar Boys, you know. I said that on my social media handle. Baby, I make up me poor macho. Said party in your mind in ye. But now saying we need them than ever. Yes, Romo. Whatever the party has done to them, they should just forgive us. And then come back to us. Oh, but sometimes
those who had the opportunity to fix them.
Yes.
And I'm
also urging them to take that step. Because me say sometimes penibet bi aka be say obaninti obanna me ato ne so enti ye we say kwala omo ye ho MPP mu enti omo fo mani ento some of us so na yesro they should just come and then some of us yeah adwen say no matter what yeah nyankopon ya dom na say MPP eti bi beji 2 media sere ne nkwane ahoden we will make sure that those who are was say they need like almost a fata if we don't have the power to be the decision makers, we will have the voice to speak for them. Some of us will do that. We will make sure say you cry on microphone, Bibi.
You send it now. You speak for tax.
I'm not speaking. I'm speaking for those who protect the MPP. They are not tax.
They are tax.
They are not. Are they tax?
Are they commissioned police for?
So
on what basis? Maybe any man in the past. Any thuggery. Omo a court yi obi free ho no enye tagri
obi eti me ba wonim say student university student omo ti mi fua no mas omo so omo ya tax no mas say school ni omo ya tax
enye university students asem na ye ka
e na me pa che say
omo ko ye say ma no enye university students
when bedroom pempen so bibi when ade e fatal who say it e bufu na ti mi enye ta omo enye tax this not tagri enye maybe na say na available na sa maybe when I will label no
the court to be a 7 now bong ra ko you obi
bibi
diplomacy
bibi sa ba besi sa
ebufu bi wo de ye den o de ye na da de enye tag
bibi enye hwe bibi
enye be na enye hwe
bibi ade o show bibi
you are condoning your court say enye hwe
anything bibi me see maybe o my bibi na say ba wo say na wo tan say tag na be say tag Bibi, maybe because maybe son or better, you know. But the maker say it wasn't maybe before being naba.
Nessa no the party asem. Why must you visit that on the court?
And maybe that makes it maybe because it's quite unfortunate.
That makes it angry.
But send your own say tag green.
Bibi the omo tag. Nipa be in the office. Na mo kwotwe no. Dragging was staircase so pianeti kwa no eden ye
party ni I think
Ashanti regional national security coordinator and I'm repeat
MPP ni if you say
na me repeat
if you say
if you say the man was the coordinator, Ashanti regional coordinator for the national security. And your party has
almost said they're going to see.
Who be some na we
not raising and I won't hear me maybe if you say maybe was I said to me if you now live here it's over now bombers bibi coming
that's called president 2% chebe say who nim say krom ha
bibi news bia na nim tax bibi news bia na
to 2% chebe say who nim say MPP tax
by free mu free
obo bebre din
wa me dey obo dey munya tax wa nya tax
no munya den nem this for ko nya tax
NDC for koy ablekuma no tenye tagri
Diom koy onko bon crofo
eno enye tagri
ene no bet man say send this no moji to
na obi bon record ekoyi obi free ho by force no de no nye tagri
wokoyi ho free court bibi.
Is this deliberate?
Oh wait, maybe BBC
deliberate ignorance.
Maybe
deliberate ignorance.
Bibi never deliberate ignorance.
No, but what to me justify near of course or condemn way. I'm surprised.
But Bibi, what have I justified?
Near course or
maybe it might be quite unfortunate. Say BBC, I stated this earlier.
It is so because no, there was quite unfortunate.
I know they are quite well deliberate attempt. Deliberate ade omotina de me plan e maka mama manusi ya de mesi ne se MPP ani omundi niye omu hwe ye nkwala na e wo party ni mu na omfa bibia ento nchen we need them now for protection than ever enye ye ka so ombra na enku enye akon se obi timi fa obi yankofo esikafo bebre omo bodyguards. They are not being sanctioned by the police but mo just say we in a bit be there or come here I feel safe. When we are with them, we will feel safe. That's all that we are calling for.
Koku, I mean, still on the MPP and then Ablekumanov.
Yeah, Bibi Ablekumanov. Particularly journalists, Mienuna ya ataki omo. Yeah, I know you're condemnable because you see,
I know you're condemnable. The end you're condemnable.
Journalists were not condemnable. I'm part of the fraternity. I'm part of the fraternity. You know, I intimidating journalists. I don't support. But how I come in there? To be honest with you, the victims for now no.
The victims.
Yeah. Microphone wa attack in the past. No. Say kasa say unim Tariq ye secretary Utu Senya East Amadou Tariq wafim yeah baby how akum se ni nko for benya ni bia am bu Tariq basa some of the videos are online. No, I'm saying is he no so justify you wait one say and is the reality of life Bibi Amabai, who are attacking me, physically. You will forget, but I will not forget. You don't know. You will go free. But a baby no, baby Amisu Mehusa Menyao. Honda Neo Madrimuno, Namisu Meye. So, me, what I've seen, and in fact, who say, Nya Koso and I describe say a tagri, Ninano. I was say, and that's what I'm saying, that it's the only victims who were attacking all the places. No, they are the ones looking for him.
I don't buy that.
Oh, that's what I see.
No, I don't buy
as a person. No, Bibi, that's what I see.
That's what you see. But yeah, I don't buy it.
Well, so in a way, you see, you injure somebody, you will forget. The person wouldn't forget. Nipano oni forgiving heart.
Inti MPP4 are right. Say omobe store sabe adewe in their memory and retaliate by your principle.
No, how the people are how akum say attack omo. Omo na omo hwehwe no.
How akum say they didn't attack any of these boys?
No, say how akum say and I'm saying that which boys?
Omo mukobo no. Omumu no know how akum say personally attack you.
No, but so some of the videos they were bold. Don't say we went there we were looking for how akum in some of the videos.
So I heard the
Bibi, Kaswa at some police stations
the MPP for Nkase NDC boys be akobo how akum sing. Inti yenso so ye be share MPP ni NDC for ne abo mu bi.
Bibi, in my honest view, and this thing is my personal view. I don't know the party and our government position. My personal view. Me, I don't believe say Tagri way will end now unless say me a victim. What boo me? Now me say me I will retaliate.
And then I just said no,
I'm speaking for myself. No, Bibi, I'm speaking for myself. Me, if any MPP person attacks me and thinks even John Mahama will come, God will come and plead with me. So leave. No, I know there it won't happen. So when I'm moving, me kopentokwa. But who the hear me national channel guys, you leave this. I will leave it. That's what I'm saying, sir. Nya how akumsen obi wa ni baby de bia wa fatuo ese mu ataki we. Now we gree say o nipa no nya wa odi be chew. Enye dwuma sa. Se be ye a how anankasa anampi for anankasa omu wiata so abru nkofo o ma mo ha no. They should come out. Ebi omu be apologize say o ya kodu baby a hu say we no ya nya di ye mu fa nche e dia. Nani kofono di beche wa mwa ebe yi based on your working. And I'm speaking my personal opinion. My personal position
based on balance sheet analysis here why omo di ayeme intimusumi di bibe omo. Are we right then to say about electoral violence NDC for Muna Mabu MPP for pa. When you look at all the by-elections are here, and somebody in no political power, and NDC for MPP for say with what they have experienced, Chirepone, Ametia, Etiwania, the idea no, and unti one more air caught into the future with a revenge mindset based on a personal way our can and we are right.
Bibi, you who are gonna I also Westward gone. You saw what happened.
Yeah, I saw what happened.
Yang who and you be a Ghana hada.
Chiripone, who be that?
No. Good.
Apetia ni who be that?
Good.
So men organize a team then a chief any pass.
Great. So escalated.
No commission of inquiry was established. Not even a committee.
No problem. But your coalition Techiman South. And now 2020 election cry your coin no. 8 people died. Baby, I can say.
And when you tax na a soldier for the boat too.
But a banana can say about me take action and we take
action.
And I'm saying there, sir,
mono mobile bema Sunday maybe CC a more hina mu take action.
Oh, Bibi,
walk me through.
Bibi,
is it a tiwa? Is it chiripone?
As we speak, the Minister of Interior yesterday had a press conference and he was bold. And in fact, what really that's why me Kasa see is my personal opinion. Sir, President is unhappy about it. In fact, we Omanpenyi ebedieche e condemn. I say action bia ehia bia no yen chichi nkrofo no.
Must we believe them?
Why not? So you see, and that's why I have a soft spot for you because we will take and I know you do your job. So you hold their field to fire. But I'm saying, say, me baby, so be attacking me.
Okay.
I expect to say, oh, me, I will leave it. And it's the reason why Nyamano is not stopping. And what I'm saying, say, Ebia, MPP for no expect to say Nyama will subetra. How I come to now about one thing. Nkrofo no omu ni omu koya aya so work for and na we bibi we ya beating
we ansumo
bibi hey we kumba na onam okro pepper spray
baba ko a emema be ye 15-20
bibi
so
me see
mo money enough
Amadu Tariq hey Kaswa secretary we ya o we ya o and obi ankan hasem. So this is the reality. So they must come and apologize.
All right.
Hey, they see
Koku,
that is my personal view.
A member of the NDC communication team. Manu Odako, Esujinemu, the new Patriotic Party. Bedebesia, Namadami team Nase, Reynald Ajiman, Namasanso Ada, Ejo Sankwase, Jimaima, and of course, Joyce. Missouri